Righto, bingo.
And we're live. Welcome along to the Johnnie Siam channel. Clarky, Steve Perrin, myself, and of course Johnny, the host, is here. What we're going to talk about? Well, anything and everything that's been happening on YouTube. We've been away a while. Lots have happened in Thailand, also globally, and over the last few months. So let's get onto it. Should be fun. No holds barred. And you're all welcome to join in the chat or maybe the panel. It's Friday, one night only. The boys are back in town. I use the word boys loosely.
That was brilliant, Andy. Super.
Wonderful song, actually.
Yeah,
The
we'll put it
boys down.
Never liked that song.
Each to their own.
Yeah. I used to hate that bloody song, Andy. You know, I used to play the drummer. He used to play it all the friggin' time. Oh, God.
What, you don't like Thin Lizzy?
No, I don't mind him, Mr. Perrin. It's just I got it rammed down my throat by me mate every 5 minutes he was playing the song. It's been on for about 6 friggin' years.
Yeah, but it's such a good song.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, Thin Lizzy have had some super.
Yeah. I think the worst.
What do you think of them, Johnny?
Along with it.
Are you a Thin Lizzy fan, Johnny?
I like some of their stuff. Every band has got good stuff and ordinary stuff and stuff that's shit. Put it that way, and that's the truth with a whole lot of them.
Unless you're
have you heard the Cowboy song?
No, I don't think I did.
Just your cup of tea. Thin Lizzy did a super song called the Cowboy Song. Really good, clever.
I think
am just a cowboy.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Stream's going down already. No, well done, Mr. Perrin. Give us some more.
Now, what I was saying before was my friend used to sing it all the time, Mr. Perrin.
I can give you the tune. There you go.
Yeah.
Well done.
We got Graham. Welcome, sir. Only Fools in Buffalo, Thailand. That's a new title, isn't it? There was Only Fools and something else, but Only Fools in Buffalo, Thailand.
Horses, yes.
Welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's it. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you again sometime.
Oh, I have to pay the credits, don't forget.
Well, the whole thing about it is, like I say, music is kind of what you grow up with and your taste to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Todd, how you going, mate?
I think we like songs because often songs remind us of a part of our life when we were listening to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you Englishmen heard of the Angels?
No.
Charlie's.
No.
Okay. You've heard of the song No Way Get Fuck Off?
Pardon?
No, that's very Australian.
Yeah, I didn't get a word of that, Johnny. Can you repeat that, please, slowly?
No way get fuck off.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would have guessed that's Australian.
Well, that's it, Graham. Graham's right on it because Graham's an Aussie. Am I ever gonna see your face again? No way get fuck.
I've just got a message from YouTube saying, well, you're not allowed to sing along to any songs either now. We're clamping down on everything.
I've got a message for YouTube.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Unless you've got 1 million subscribers, we don't want to know you.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. But how do you get to 1 million when they put shackles on you? You may as well be on one of those British brigadoons being a different kind of colour and sent to America.
Yeah, true.
And other places in the world too.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got an unboxing here. This is the new HDMI. Now, what you do with this thing is you plug it into your TV, right? Now, most laptops will have what they call it, casting. So instead of running a bottom rate fucking cable to your, it was only about $200, I think. Instead of running a whopping cable, Chromecast. That's not Chromecast. The other one, it's Microsoft one.
Anyway,
similar to
so you
Chromecast.
plug it in, it works off Bluetooth.
Yeah, stick it in, right? Yeah. No, I don't know what it works off actually, Andy. I haven't put it in yet.
Where do you put it?
Don't be rude.
I'm just wondering the way you're holding it. It's like one of those tampon ads.
No, it's HDMI. You see that?
Stick
that into the TV, and then you can play stuff off your laptop. You can play movies or what sort of movies you want to play is up to yourself entirely. But but I just thought
hang on.
That was what I bought today.
Hang on, you're running before I'm even trotting here. Mm-hmm. So you have to, but it goes through your phone onto your TV. So it's like casting, but you don't have to cast.
You can do it with your phone, or you can do it with your laptop. Okay.
All right. My mate's got something like that, and he sticks it in the side of his TV, and then suddenly he's got Netflix, he's got Amazon Prime, he's got, but it's like $6,000-7,000 for it. But it's a one-time.
I've got that one. That's called a stick. I'll get into that one later. This is the JBL speaker I bought. These are fantastic. I've got two of them, stereo. It's a speaker. You plug it, you connect it to your phone, and you got the whiz bang. What do you call it? Music or whatever you want to play.
like most speakers do.
Yeah, no, it's really well. They're only small. Look, it's about. But where's the packet of smokes? You got a packet of smokes on here, somebody? Well, there's a remote control for the air conditioning. That's quite large, actually. It's only small. Right. How big is it?
How much was that?
There's a phone. Oh, about $1,000.
You didn't buy it here, right?
No, I got it on special in Australia for $1,000. That's the same price. Never mind. But I got two of them, so you can stereo them, run them on stereo. Very good.
Okay.
One in each ear. That's stereo.
Well, the stereo, yeah. We can play the Beatles all night. What's his name? Johnnie Siam, was it?
Play the Beatles all night. Oh, geez, that'd be exciting.
They did actually do a country music song, John. Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah, well, the thing is, what I like about country and western, if you play it backwards, you get your dog back, you get your house back, and unfortunately, you get your wife back.
That's funny.
Now, also I've invested. Oh, I can't get them out. I'll next time we do it, because I'll show you the rest of the stuff I bought. But I'm on a bit of a shopping spree. Oh, here's a good little contraption. This is a charger for your phone. Right? It's you've got to have the what do you call it? You know all about that, wouldn't you? Andy? The ring there, magnetic ring, and this thing fits in your backpack. Look. Okay, that big, and you open it up, and you got that, and you got also you can do your watch as well. You put your watch there, and also you can put your headphones. If you've got those little headphones, you can put them there, and they'll charge as well.
You mean the AirPods?
I thought so. AirPods.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yes. I thought that was amazing.
I went to my friend's apartment, and he's got a lot of these little round rings that he's got like on certain tables. And whenever you want to charge anything, you can just whack it on there and you charge it.
It's good. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Here's another little contraption I bought. I bought this in Australia. There it is. Right, this has got the magnetic ring, right? And it just sucks onto your phone. Wait, I dropped it. Sorry, 1 second.
It's also shockproof.
Look, so it sucks.
Yeah, but I've got a question about it.
It's charging it. Look, it's charging the phone. Look at the size of it. Isn't it incredible?
Sure.
I've got a question.
Today only, you can have a set of steak knives with it.
Yeah, but I've got a question. Is it idiot proof?
Yeah, you'll be fine with it, John.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's why you've got it.
There's a piece of resistance. This is the Samsung wireless charger. Now, this has got the magnetic thing on it as well. So you put the phone on there, it'll charge it. This will also charge a laptop. Isn't that exciting?
Okay. I've listened to all this technical advice. My question would be, did you find it really too difficult to plug the USB thing into your phone? Because I found that quite easy. Oh,
No,
come on.
you've got to get an adapter from AC to DC. Because the boys are back in town.
No,
It does look good, but
it's just easier, man.
in our car, the newest one, it's got
Pedals.
a place where you can just put your iPhone on the thing and it will charge it up.
Yeah.
No, I haven't got an iPhone. I have to plug it. We got about 6 USB things in the car. I haven't got an iPhone. Doesn't work on mine. My wife has got an iPhone, but it's not the right number that it works on.
Yeah, that's what iPhone do.
There's a bit of equipment on my car, which is totally pointless unless you've got a particular iPhone.
Well, I wouldn't buy a car. Like, if it had everything for an iPhone, I wouldn't buy the car.
Well, I genuinely didn't realise until I'd already paid for it.
Yeah, but have you noticed?
The wireless chargers in the cars, Mr. Perrin, should be compatible with Android and iPhone. They both run off the same thing. I mean, I can throw all these chargers on an iPhone, no problem. I don't know what's.
But I mean, iPhone.
You've got to turn on. You've got to turn on the wireless charger.
But don't forget what iPhone used to do. You used to buy your earbuds, your headphones in the days when you used to use a cord. Some people still do on headphones. And then the new iPhone, you've got to buy another pair of headphones because the socket doesn't match.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're making money off their accessories, you know?
That's right. That's what they're doing.
Oh, that's a correct statement. They all do it, Andy. They all do it.
I know.
But the new phones coming out now, they've put the jack back in there, Andy, because there was too many complaints about it.
Oh, well, I've heard there's a new phone on the market where you can make telephone calls. They say it's a new
Wow, really? Have you got a link?
Yeah, and it's got a rotary dial on the front of it.
Oh, fantastic!
And in the answer to your statement, Mr. Clark, the whole thing about it is that they're making phones with the 6mm jack back in it. It reminded me of the old AC/DC song. You know, she's got the jack.
Yeah,
she's got the jack.
Right, moving right along.
God only knows what else she's got. Wanda, welcome.
Wando E. Or is that Wando or Wando E?
Wanda.
Like a fish called Wanda, right?
Yeah.
Spoken to Wanda.
Okay, well, hello.
I wonder if we're going to get Ariel on.
Get who?
Ariel.
I'll be surprised if we get anybody on, to be honest.
You know, out of the Little Mermaid. That'd be interesting.
Trivia quiz for you.
Oh, yeah.
Trivia quiz. Who wrote and sang a song called Ariel?
Who sang the song called Ariel?
Yeah, I know this one.
Nah,
I know this one.
That was what you said, wasn't it? Didn't you say, Johnny, that you're looking for somebody called Ariel?
Oh, Antenna. Antenna sang it.
Well, the whole part about it is Ariel was the Little Mermaid.
Really? Okay. Bit fishy.
So it doesn't. It was actually it was actually quite big in the UK. It was probably his best hit in the UK. Dean Friedman.
All right, I've heard of him.
No, I don't know that one.
Very good. He did another great song as well called I don't know.
All right, I haven't heard that as well.
I've got disturbance coming on. What's happening?
Sounds like you're in a demolition derby.
Right, gentlemen. Shall we move on with the show? Do you want a subject, Johnny? Before we go into something.
I'd just like to say to Mr. Kirk's family, a sincere condolences. What happened there, for very simple views, which he was expressing that obviously not everybody agreed with, to be executed was a very low act and unnecessary. Every point can be debated, but unfortunately you can't debate a bullet traveling at over 2,500 feet per second.
I was really saddened by it, Johnny. I've been watching the guy for. I've been watching the guy for at least 4 or 5 years, and what really pisses me off, and a lot of commentators, is the response from the mainstream media. If you don't know anything about him, they called him a far right with extremist views. Charlie Kirk was nothing like that. He was a very decent guy who set up a sort of politics for youngsters when he was 18 from his parents' garage. You know, it's almost like what people used. And he just wanted other people to understand politics the same way as he did. Now, they said he was radical, extreme. Let me just give you a few of his views. He was a Christian. Oh, yeah, that's really radical. Extreme. You're a Christian. He was anti-abortion. Well, there's nothing extreme about being anti-abortion. It's a moral viewpoint. How you can say that's extreme is ridiculous. He blamed the problems with the blacks in America and in other parts of the world with the fact that governments had encouraged mothers to not have a father in the house, so there's no father influences for the blacks. And he was very sympathetic towards them. He said, it's not your fault. He said, it's the government that fucked you all up. If they hadn't, basically given much more welfare, if there's no man in the house, you wouldn't have had this. He was all in favour of the Constitution, so, Second Amendment, right to bear arms, that sort of stuff. And also, he thought colleges were a scam. Most people who go to college in America, get hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of debt, end up working in McDonald's. They never get paid back their student debt. That was his critical. That was his views. How can anybody say they're extreme right-wing views? That's the problem. And the press put this out, media put this out, and I've seen it on BBC, MSNBC have had to apologise because they had a guy coming on. I can't remember what he said. What was it? Bad thoughts lead to bad words, which lead to violent actions. Basically saying because Charlie Kirk spoke his mind and said, "Look, there's much better ways to be in the world." Oh yeah, no, that's a bad thing to say. So yeah, it's worth putting a bullet in him. I'm so saddened by it. I think the only thing that might come out of it is that more people will stand up. So that you've got to spread your far more because it was so atrocious. He was only 31. He'd got a wife, 2 small, 4 or 5 year old kids. It's absolute. I don't think I've felt this sort of sad about somebody I don't know since John Lennon died.
Well, did you hear about those news reporters laughing about it?
Yeah. Oh, I've watched all of it, and it almost makes me want to cry, Andy. It really does.
Well, I tell you what, I'm waiting for a smear campaign later.
Oh,
Where did all the money for charity go? The books and all that. You wait, I tell you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so sad. Look, it's a bad subject maybe to start with because we're new
No, it's okay.
after a while, but it's so important. And if you see the point of it, look, I've watched him. I know all his views. I mean, I would criticise him. I'd say that the only problem with it, he went to colleges to debate, but he's debating 18 to 21-year-olds. I never saw him, and he always won, even though he never went to university. And they always criticise. Oh, so what degree have you got? Well, I never went to university. But do you know who this man is? Do you know who this philosopher is? Do you know this? He was very, very knowledgeable, so he could destroy in a debate any one of these students. But my criticism on you never really saw him debate a peer, somebody that really knew how to debate.
Like
quite
Murray.
honestly, there aren't many on the left that can do that anyway. But so it's only a minor criticism. But no, lovely guy. I think very genuine, trying to make a better America. And somebody shoots. It's atrocious. Hate it.
Yeah. Did you
Anyway,
see
sorry. Let's
did you see
move
his
on.
family,
Let me
sir?
tell a joke quick.
He
Say
had
again?
this video of his family and his kids, and I think he was a real family man, and he didn't deserve to die over his point of view at all. I mean, what a radical!
Nobody does.
Radical?
No, that's the problem. Nobody deserves to die over a point of view. That's what's so ridiculous now that people get.
It's
And
going to be like
I could lead you on to my Aristotle thing at the moment because the problem is people are so fucking dumb. Sorry for my name. People are so dumb.
So,
They
let
I'll
me
shut up.
add another one. I'll add another one to it. A Ukrainian model got onto a train in New York. I think it was New York. Got on the train and a black guy sat behind her. Now, she's absolutely stunningly beautiful. So he decides to get a knife and stab her in the neck and killed her, and then got off the train like nothing happened. And even his mother said he shouldn't have never been released, but that has copped no media attention at all. Okay? So
No,
what sort
I
of
haven't
world
seen
have we got out there? Yeah. What up there, Andy?
No, I haven't seen that. I watch far too much news, YouTube, that sort of stuff. I've not seen that story at all.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah.
It's like disgusting. Oh, she was absolutely stunningly beautiful, and you can see when he went to first blow, he stuck it in her neck, and so one wonders what's America turning itself into if these people are getting assassinated along with that the guy. I mean, what sort of world is it now?
Well, what Tony Robinson said, I guess you guys have heard about him. He was saying that what happened is that now people like Murray and himself, they're trying to shut them down because they're going to be afraid of the same thing happening to them. And he said, this is the time not to be afraid, to stand up and have free speech. But I mean, if I was one of these guys, I would be looking over my shoulder for sure.
Do you remember a couple of months ago, guys?
Think about Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
We did that one about the vlogger being murdered. Was that free speech? And it's just getting out of control. The whole lot of it. It really is getting out of control.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard, but I'm agreeing with you, Andy. Just think of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He must be. Look, he's not the sort of guy to be shaking in his boots, but you can't fight against crazy people, and he would be the number one guy that they would go for. If they go for I mean, Charlie Kirk wasn't that influential at all. He was a decent guy trying to put his views across about Christianity, and he wasn't extreme at all. He was very reasonable. I have exactly the same views as he does on 80-90% of stuff. I don't think of myself as a radical. I'm nearly 70 years old. I can't be a radical at 70. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous that they call him an extreme right wing, and the BBC called him an extremist. MSNBC did. CNN. These views, and it's happened so quickly. these views 30 years ago would be considered moderate views.
Would you say, Mr. Perrin, that a common logical approach nowadays, due to the narrative, is being labelled with tickets that are irrelevant?
What do you mean tickets?
Yeah.
Well, everybody's got a label. Right, you're left wing, you're right wing, you're this, you're that, whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, you're a pack of fucking idiots, let's just get on with it. That's what your job is. That's what you're employed to do. Do your fucking job. No, they want to label everybody else. And the media should all be set up against the wall and friggin' shot for lying bastards.
Yeah, well, we won't go that far, but they should be, Johnny, they should be embarrassed. The whole idea of being a journalist is to dig deep to find the truth. If I was, and for a while, I think I mentioned this to Andy, for a while when I was a youngster, I did fancy being a journalist. Circumstances didn't work out that way, but that would be, as a 14-year-old kid in school, that would have been my prime, my target. And I would have wanted to be the guy. Have you seen the movie Spotlight, where the Canadian reporting team that highlighted all the Catholic pedophilia problems? That's the journalist I want to be. I want to be the guy that's searching for the truth and finding. I couldn't dream of being a journalist that was just doing propaganda for the government, and that's what they all do. It's
exactly
ridiculous.
Right. When I was younger, I used to do creative writing. You should have seen some of the toilet walls. It was fucking wonderful. It was poetic.
I was just going to accuse you of that. But you do it.
Wanda's questions there, gentlemen. What do you think of the Trump's crypto? Now remember, Wanda is a Canadian, lovely lady.
You got to come from somewhere. Yeah.
Well, if you're not coming from somewhere, you're going somewhere.
I don't know much about that one, John.
Well, I've never heard about it, but I wouldn't surprise me if he didn't try and take up the whole world economy, name it the Trump. I mean, he's just a collective, he's a maniac. He can't get enough of power and money. And that's what he is.
Yeah, Andy, you're so wrong.
Oh, really?
You're so wrong.
We've got Trump.
He's
Andy,
the
they're
only
both Trump supporters, mate.
He's the only president in our memory that has lost money by being a president.
Yeah, but how much money has he got in the first place?
He doesn't take a wage. He doesn't take the salary. He donates that back to the people.
No, it's worse. I mean, it's worse than that. You think of the amount of money he's had to spend on lawyers and whatever for the fake Russian scam and the Mar-a-Lago stuff and whatever. He has lost absolutely millions, probably billions, by being president. Most of them end up multimillionaires after they start with nothing as a president. So what you said, Andy, was he's only after money. He's not. He's our sort of. He's your sort of age. Joking there. He's your sort of age. He doesn't care. He's got enough money to last him for the next 20 years if he lives that long, quite easily. He doesn't care about the money. I think he genuinely wants America to be a decent country. I believe him. No, I'm not saying he could. He's a nice guy. But I think that's his aim. He's got there's no personal goal in that to make him. But you just got to look at it psychologically. Why would you? You wouldn't want to control the world when you're 74, would you? Or 80 or whatever he is. Why would you want to control the world? He's already got an empire. He already controls thousands of people's jobs. He's got more power than you and I and anybody can even dream of. You honestly think he wants to be boss of the world?
But that doesn't
It's
make his
ridiculous.
thinking. That doesn't make his thinking correct, does it?
All right, let's go down the tunnel.
No, I don't, because
What-
I don't know anything about politics.
What particular policy of Trump do you disagree with?
The way that he seems to be indiscriminately against immigrants, indiscriminately, and England's the opposite.
Okay,
We are.
how would you discriminate?
Well, you got to put a thing in. You got to put a policy in where it takes time to vet everybody that comes in. There's a difference between refugees and
They have
migrants.
No, they have that. All they're saying is you can't come in here illegally, jumping over fences. That's all. I think that's fair. If you come to the border gate and say, look, if I go back to my own country, I'm going to be killed. I really need political asylum. I've got this evidence here. This gang is to kill me. I've been politically against the government in Venezuela or whatever. I really need to get out of the country. Can you help me? I would welcome that guy in, and I'd give him due diligence, due justice. But somebody jumping over a fence, or in England, somebody coming over on a bloody 20-foot inflatable boat. No,
I agree with that.
France is a totally safe country. It's just a bit more racist than England with worse welfare benefits. So what do? They get to France and think, oh, right, now this is okay in France, but it's better in England because we're going to get a house, maybe stay in a good hotel, maybe welfare benefits. So we're going to risk our lives to get over to England. And also, once we get over to England and we establish ourselves, then we get our mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and whatever over, because we need a family over here. We can't be here on our own. It's ridiculous. Sorry, Andy.
No,
But
not at all.
Trump is not doing anything that is not reasonable. And I've said this to countless people on these shows. I can understand you don't like Trump. He doesn't bother me at all. I can understand people saying, I don't like the character, don't like anything about him, whatever. But whenever I say, well, what do you what policy don't you like? Nobody, I mean, they might say, I mean, what you said really indiscriminate. No, just illegal immigrants are bad everywhere. Legal immigrants, great. Want more of them. But illegal immigrants jumping over fences, paying Mexican gangs to the. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's something ridiculous. Like most of the women that come over here, over the border, they're all. I can't say the word. They're all savagely attacked by the guys coming over here. You know, they're 14-year-old girls and whatever. It's just horrendous, and you can't encourage that. You got to say no. I'd put the watchtower things up and with machine guns on them. I wouldn't have a fence. I'd have an invisible fence with watchtowers.
And call it open up. And call it Auschwitz, right? Something like that. That'd be a good name for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As they came over the. All right, I'd dig a trench. I mean, a trench would be better than a wall. I bet a trench is cheaper to build than a wall.
You mean a moat?
God, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's the word I'm searching for, Andy.
Yeah. With a nuclear power station, you know, charging the water. That'd be.
Oh yeah.
Look, what I don't like about Trump is my turn now. I've had my hand up for half an hour. I don't like the way he treats his so-called friends. You know, his bosom buddies from World War II, Australia, England, and you know it's America first. And he's just shitting our fucking face with all his tariffs. Now he's turned India towards China. That's a great idea. That's excellent. What a clever man. And you know, our big and beautiful, everything's big and beautiful and best in history. And guy's a fucking wanker, but you know, America first. That's what I think about him, Mr. Perrin. I think he's a fucking idiot.
I still didn't see what your point was. He's turning India against China. What do you
not?
say?
Why not?
He's forced the Indians towards China with the tariffs. He put
towards
100% tariffs on India for selling oil to or buying Russian oil, but the Chinese are buying more oil than them. And also, what the Indians are doing with the oil, they're manufacturing it and selling it to Europe. So they're only on selling it. So what are the Chinese doing? They're making stuff for Russia with it. So there you go.
Don't you think the same? Sorry.
If you look at oil, you get your crude oil. It's got to go through a cracker. It's got to go through a cracker. You've got your refining processes. That's where you get your byproducts, your plastics, your diesel, your motor oils, everything like that. And then the end game is your high grade petrols and fucking Americans call it gasoline. But that's the refining process. Now, I remember back many years ago when. What Trump's fighting about is the multinationals. They took a carbon plant from America, which was condemned, set it up in India. It ran for a little while, blew up, and killed everybody in fucking with 100 kilometres of the bloody thing. That's all wonderful.
Carbon black.
That's exactly. You remember it. But the whole thing about it, us from the Western world. And I'm
carbon black was actually British, Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, was it? We'll get something else for the palms. The blame the palms on. But the whole part about it is multinationalism puts other poorer countries at risk for their own capital gain. Now, I'm going to highlight Wanda's question here because Wanda is Canadian. And remember, Wanda is got a couple of years on it. She's not a young pup. No offense, Wanda. In Canada, everything's free. Now, that's good, but somebody's got to pay. Now, I remember I had an uncle who married a Mormon woman. And their family said, "Oh, well, we don't like Australia. We're going over to Canada," and took the whole family. G'day, Dave. How you going? Welcome. And the whole thing the deal was, if you don't like Canada, we'll send you back. Well, they got over there and they never sent them back. But in the end, because they were family, we helped them all come back. And the one thing about it, my cousins all said, in Canada, if you haven't got a degree you can't even work in McDonald's without a degree. So that was bloody 40 years ago or 50 years ago. And in Australia here, universities and all the rest, it's all money making, and their education is bullshit. It's a case of attendance, not abilities, and the money. It's all about the money. One thing I do like about Trump, with his Make America Great, is to bring the jobs back to America where they used to be before the multinationals took them over and farmed them out. So quality wasn't there. They didn't give a shit about people's safety. They didn't give a look at Detroit, Michigan. They destroyed it. It's a hovel where it was once Motown. That's where you got your high-powered cars. That's where you got all your shit.
Baby love, baby love.
That's it, Andy.
I just hate politics.
Can I just say one thing before I go for a quick cigarette? I think the worst thing, this is to the Wanda. The worst thing, the most frustrating thing, I think, Johnny says you're sort of roughly our age. Most frustrating thing is that I can remember 30, 40 years ago where Canada was considered the most decent country, certainly by us, from England. and everything was nice about it. It was almost held up as it probably wasn't. Didn't know much about it, but it was always held up as one of the lovely places. And I've got a cousin who lives there, and he's still okay with it. But it does seem a shame that even Canada is going down this rocky road. Anyway, that's it. But do you remember the same, Johnny, that Canada was considered very civilized, very decent, very reasonable? I'm not saying it's heaven on earth, but it was considered a decent country to come from. Decent, nice. You had the same feeling as me, yeah? 30, 40 years ago, yeah? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we've having relatives come back and explaining what it was like and all the rest of it. It was great, but they said, "Oh yeah, it gets down to 40 below and all the rest of it." And I said, "Well, that's cold. Don't like that idea." Like we lived out on the snow line here, and I thought, "Yeah, well, bugger that." I've had enough of cold. And even though I live below the snow line, I'm not saying it's friggin' warm.
John, Canada was to us when we were growing up was a great place, but we live in a greater place. We've got beautiful territory here, which is probably in many ways better than Canada. But
yeah, I agree. So I agree.
Well, we could start singing a country and western song, wide open places. That's what we've got here. And the one thing about Australia, it's got everything the rest of the world's got to a certain extent. But Australia is a very big country. People think it's small. It's very big.
Same size as the US mainland.
Well, and it's all right. Within the island called Australia, we've got 7 countries.
John, when I was doing the shows, you used to get the English coming across to work in the showgrounds. Carnivals are for us Australians. And they used to land in Perth because it was cheap to get to Perth. They'd spend all their fucking money getting across to Melbourne where it all started. And they'd lose all their money and all their holiday money, and they'd be virtually living on the streets. They couldn't believe how far it was from Melbourne. It cost them a fortune to get across. But people don't understand how big Australia is. It's massive.
That's the real thing about here. If I wanted to go and see Adrian, for instance, that's 2 days' drive. If you average it pretty well, that's average that out at 100 k's an hour, and you've got to refuel probably 3 times. By the time you have a bite and bits and pieces like that, if you get to other countries, you drive around them. And we've got farms here bigger than America keeps on saying about Texas, for instance. We've got farms that are bloody double the size of Texas.
Yeah, but that's the problem with English people is like we live in a very small island. And it's like America. Yeah. We can't conceive how big these places really are. Australia,
little buggers.
We can't compute it because we can go from Johnny Groats to Land's End and it'll take us in a drive round about 6 hours. Yeah. And that's the whole length and breadth of the country. So we can't compute how big these countries are. And Europe relatively is small pockets of countries. So America, China, Australia, we can't compute all this stuff. Really? Well, I can't anyway.
Poor buggers, aren't they, John? Living over there like that. The crowd.
Well, I bought a farm, and it was on a whim. I was working in an area, and hotel rooms and motels and that in Australia are a little bit expensive. and I was in one little town, and it was, you virtually call it the outback of Queensland. And I was walking around the town, heading to the pub to get the dust out of the throat. Little real estate agent. It looked like a garage, a tin shed. And there was a turnout paddock for sale. It had a house on it and shearing shed and, shearers' quarters, all that kind of stuff. You had to make your own power and all that, but it had a gym. Anyway, I bought that. I rang the real estate agent and he said, "Whereabouts are you?" And I said, "I'm just heading to the pub." And he said, "Well, I'm actually at the pub." Had to talk to him, threw some money on the counter. The next morning, I got my stuff from the motel, moved it into the house, had to wait 28 days for the paperwork, and then it was mine. That was a bit over 5,000 acres. And that was classed as a turnout paddock, which was, the small paddock down the back type of thing that people wanted to sell.
Yeah. Well, land, in a small country like England, land is a premium. Farmland. If you have a 250-acre farm, you have a large farm. In Australia,
Maggie.
well, God, how many square miles, is a big farm? You have helicopters to get around, for heaven's sake,
Andy, when we were in Australia, a long time ago, Andy, the normal size house was 1/4 of an acre in Melbourne. Do you know how big that is, don't you? That's probably about 3 to 4 of your blocks over there in England. And that was the normal. That's why Melbourne's one of the biggest cities in the world. It's not in population, it's area-wise. It's massive. It really is. Sorry, I spoke at the top here. You were talking.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
Well, I remember I remember up in a pub in actually Queensland, out like slightly outback Queensland. I was in a pub, and we're just talking about land holdings and that with a few of the blokes because I was actually doing some work for them, and the fella said, "Well, it takes me all day to drive around his place in his car." And I said, "Then, well, why don't you go to the dealership across the road and buy one that don't break down?"
But I'm right, they have helicopters to get around their land, right? They have these little small ones. They even herd cattle with them and sheep and that, right?
Oh, yeah. The thing is, when you get up north and into the centre, well, there's not. It's kind of semi-desert. It's a bit arid, and where I live here, we run cows to the acre. Up there, it's acres to the cow.
Yeah.
If you go like that, it's a completely different. It's a completely different thing. But you've got people. And some big concerns. They'll have 5 road trains. Now, a road train is a semi-trailer with another 2 40-foot trailers behind that. So, they've got hundreds of cattle on them, and they'll have 3 or 4 of them just going backwards and forwards to take them to the port to send them. When they were doing live export over to Indonesia and a few other places, and that was virtually their harvest, but from the farm for the year.
Can I ask you a quick question, Johnny? Quickly, do you have a license for one of these? Because those road trains, I've seen them on.
I used to, Steve.
It used to be an interlude in England when we didn't have TV properly, and we didn't have daytime TV. We just had interludes all day long on BBC Two, and they used to show these. What do you call them? What trains?
Road train.
Road trains. Yeah, road trains.
Yeah.
You could drive those, yeah? I would imagine.
Yeah, I used to have a license for one, and I've actually had a bit of a drive them. The one thing about it with a truck, you know, you're looking at the mirrors to see your position on the road and all that kind of stuff. With a road train, you just steer it. There's no good looking in the mirrors because the trailers are all over the fucking road. Because a little wiggle on the steering wheel at the front, you know, by the time it gets to the back, it's all over the place.
It's a bit like Mad Max, isn't it?
You go to the old idea is load them heavy, drive them steady.
Okay, I've had my hand up for half an hour. Listen,
turn on the engine and get it ready.
We have huge farms, and we export a lot to China, whether it be pig, beef, whatever, and pork.
Vegetables.
So we're making an absolute fucking fortune. So the Chinese said, why do we buy them? Let's buy the farm. So they went and bought all the farms up. Now they own them. They pay no shit, no tax, no nothing. Then all the money's going out of Australia. Now our government let that happen. Yeah, very fucking clever. You know, got nothing for it, nothing to show for it.
No, if you're Chinese, very, very clever. If you're Australian, dumb.
Yeah, super dumb. Anyway, let's wait all of it up.
Hey, changing the subject a little bit. Did you hear the new law that's gone on the Royal Gazette that you can now buy alcohol in restaurants between 2 and 5 in the afternoon? Well, don't all shout at once.
No. I saw that they were changing the and it's gone in today, hasn't it? What they call
Royal Gazette. Yeah, Royal Gazette.
Royal thing, yeah. But I didn't see that bit. No.
Apparently,
I have been in a it was like a Vietnamese restaurant, and we got there at about 1 minute after 2 and ordered all our food. Said, yeah, 2 large Leos. No, we can't. It's 2 o'clock. So that's now stopped. Mind you, that restaurant's probably still going to be saying that for about 6 months till they catch up with the real world. But that's the law now. All restaurants, bars were doing it anyway. I know that. But restaurants were the ones that were really suffering because people used to come in at 1:30, have a glass of wine, and then they have another glass, and then, sorry, no more wine. And that was it. And a lot of people got pissed off.
I've never seen that.
What?
Restaurants not serving you in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, hotels were the prime ones.
I always thought it was in a coffee cup, Andy.
Well, no, that's on the alcohol ban days. Get it right, Johnny. Come on.
Are you talking about when there's an election on or a Buddha day or something?
No. The law is that restaurants can't serve alcohol between 2 and 5 every day. That was the law. Okay. And many places observed that. And it was really pissing off tourists and everything. You imagine... You know, coming in as a tourist, 3 o'clock, you're in a Marriott hotel and you sit down there, I'll have a gin and tonic. No, can't serve alcohol until 5. But now that law is no longer. I just thought I'd add that.
Oh, I can honestly say I've never come across that before, Andy.
Sorry?
I can honestly say I've never come across that before.
No, in bars, no. 7-Elevens now still will probably not serve between 2 and 5. They're not serving food.
7-Eleven, yeah, I've come across it, but restaurants, I've never come across it.
No, most restaurants in Bangkok won't do it. No, Def won't do it. Yeah.
Well, but now they, you can't. Well, that's probably a good idea. You can't go out and have a decent meal with your mates and get pissed, and run over all the kids on the way home coming home from school.
Well, I think. To be honest, that's that whole 2-5 thing in Bangkok with 7-Elevens and in petrol stations. I mean, when I arrived in Thailand, you could go into a petrol station, go to their shop and buy a case of beer. No worries. You can't do that now. You can't.
Case of beer comes under a different law because it's classed as buying in bulk.
Yeah, but you still can't buy them at petrol stations.
Well, you can get a full tank of beer.
You can buy them in the 7-Eleven that's attached to the petrol station.
No, you can't. Not in Bangkok. Definitely can't. There's none. There is none. Even on the way to Pattaya, you know that PTT station, the 7-Eleven have no alcohol in their fridges. But you can go to a mum and pop shop down 100 meters and you can get your beer. 7-Elevens won't do it.
Wow.
Well, that's really good.
You're giving us information that I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, that is a
Andy.
fact. That is a fact. That is. I mean, I'm not talking about some wayward petrol station up country. I would think they don't either. To be honest,
You're not talking about Nekon
nowhere.
where?
No, I think everywhere, nationwide. No petrol station with a 7-Eleven in there will you be able to buy a beer between two. Oh, you won't be able to buy a beer. No beer on the premises at any hour. And
I think that
still the case.
I think
In a
that's
petrol station,
good. I think that's a good
petrol
idea.
station, Andy, if you're not talking about time, you're saying there's no beer.
If
in
you
any
go
petrol
to a shop like a 7-Eleven at a petrol station, no matter what time of the day or night, there is no alcohol on display. They don't serve it. It's not even there.
Well, Andy, tomorrow I will make a video at 1:30 in the afternoon, before they close it down, and I will go and buy a few Leos.
There's obviously a few cases where, I'm talking about PTT, Shell, SO.
No, it's not. These are not exceptions to the rule. I could even say, look, there's 6 petrol stations here. Which one do you think? I could go to all 6 and buy one beer in all 6 of them.
I reckon
I've
you'll come
never
away with
heard
no
what
beer.
you're talking about.
No beers. When's the last time you bought a beer at a petrol station?
2 days ago, 3 maybe.
I'd like to see that petrol station, to be honest.
Okay, I'm going to do it, Andy.
Yeah,
worries.
that's maybe it's a southern thing. Maybe it's
even better for content. I'll get the granddaughter, 7 years old, to take the beer to the counter and get served. And then she'll say, can I have a packet of N&M Blue, please?
Well, I'm not going to say anything. All right. I just know that in my experience and from what I've heard from everybody at petrol stations, there's obviously the odd one somewhere in the middle of nowhere might do it. But petrol stations on the way to Pattaya, there's no 7-Elevens that will serve beer at a petrol station. They just don't have it on stock. It's just not there.
I think that's just Bangkok, though, Andy. It's not on the hours.
Well, and Chonburi and Pattaya.
The thing is, buying beer at a petrol station promotes drinking driving. I would agree with that. But if you wanted to, you just go to the one up the road, which is only 100 yards away, and fill up the boot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course.
But I do agree with that is not promoting drinking and driving. Because I know here's the BP, British Petroleum, they're in their service stations, they did apply and got knocked back in Australia, and they wanted to do it Australia-wide, was sell alcohol between normal alcohol trading hours in their service stations, and the nannies and all the rest of it said, well, that's promoting drinking driving, so we don't think that's a good idea. No, I think, if you want a beer, you're going to get one, no matter what. But the whole part about it, no one likes being told. I think we're all most of us are in a situation where we've got the common sense to, either limit or refrain whilst driving.
Really, thanks.
What do you want to put up, Andy?
Just the law.
Yeah, look, Andy, can I just say this, mate? It's different rules out in the country to Bangkok. It really is. Look, if you want a beer during the day, you can go. You can go to what's a big department store?
Central. Lotus. Big C. Tops.
Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad ink. No, I'm not talking about just Bangkok. On the way to
that's
Pattaya,
right.
on the way to Pattaya, that big PTT station, on the way, halfway in Chonburi, the 7-Elevens don't have beers on the shelf.
Doctor, no. Especially like down the bottom end in the south, the 7-Elevens owned by Muslims do not sell any alcohol in their 7-Elevens. That's their religion, that's their belief. But you only have to go to the next little town, which is 100 yards away, and job's right. Now, there's nothing wrong with religious beliefs. If they choose to, you won't buy a ham and cheese toasty in one that's owned by a Muslim. You won't buy bacon. You won't buy any pork products. But the rest of the lines of 7-Eleven, they sell.
Yeah.
But that's their belief, and that's fine. But for the customer, they can say, stick it, I'll go to the next one down the road,
Yeah, it's not like you're not spoiled for choice.
Exactly right. Like everybody used to say, and I do agree with it, there's not enough rubbish bins in Bangkok or cities in general. For people walking along, they'll get something off a food cart or whatever, and what am I going to do with the rubbish? And instead of saying, I'll take it home, or up the road there's a bin outside a 7-Eleven or a Family Mart. A lot of people won't take that consideration. They'll throw it in the street. If they get caught doing that, obviously there's a rather large fine. But at the end of the day, with more bins around, there'd be less rubbish blowing around, which actually gives a better presentation for potential tourists and all the rest of it. But 7-Elevens are usually 100 yards apart. You can get a beer at one, and then by the time you finish that, they put the empty in the bin and go into the next one and get another one.
Yeah.
They're actually, I reckon they're a beer apart, and they purposely do that. Just as you're walking along sipping on a beer, and all of a sudden you're out and you kind of, where's a bin? Oh shit, here's another 7-Eleven. I'll go and get another one. Must be done on perfectly.
Wow.
And in between those 7-Elevens, it's like a checkerboard on the opposite side of the road. So if you want to zigzag across the road, you can get, and you drink quick, you're laughing. And die in the traffic.
Yeah. Why did the Falang cross the road? He was trying to get to the next 7-Eleven,
Yeah, that's it.
Who's got something going on in the background there?
Mr. Clark.
Not me.
There we are, Clarky.
He's watching Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. Are you, Mr. Clark, are you bored with our conversation?
No. Everybody's talking over the top of me. I'm going to start yelling at people in a minute.
Well, not all right. You've got your 30 seconds of fame. Go for it.
No, well, what I do, I put a shopping bag over my gear stick by the shifter, and I put all my rubbish in there. That's why there's no rubbish bins out there, John.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
tires are. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and the thing is,
not to have rubbish bins. And if you're gonna buy something, plastic bag or something, Usually, if you've gobbled it down before you left the place, they'll take the rubbish off you. Same with 7-Eleven, they've got rubbish bins there. Just hand it to the counter or whatever, or open it.
Well, actually,
Well, it
at markets, if you're chewing on one thing and you stop at the next stall to get something else, and you've got rubbish in the hand, they'll take it off you and put it in a bin. But I'm just talking about generally walking down the street. You've got something out of 7-Eleven, and you're walking down the street. There's no effing rubbish bins. It's 7-Elevens, the Family Marts, all those. They have bins out the front, which is a good thing. G'day, South. How you going, buddy?
Look, the whole thing is we're brought up to have rubbish bins from arsehole to breakfast, and let's face it, our rubbish bins aren't real clean. They've got shit all over them, right? In Thailand, they don't do that. If you want to buy something that's got a wrapper in it, take it home and put it in your rubbish bin. That's the way they work. And I think it works fine. But, being used to having rubbish bins around, just adapt and improvise, I guess.
Well, each to their own. But we all see in our travels. It doesn't matter what country. I think Philippines is the bloody worst.
Is it?
You might as well throw the rubbish where everybody's lined up against the fence having a piss. Because there's no public toilets. That's another one. Public toilets.
This is the second subject tonight that I've never experienced. If let's say I want to throw away a packet of cigarettes, empty packet, I walk down the road and there's always a used paint drum that's there or something bigger. I've never had to search for a rubbish bin.
Well, I've got a story about it. Yeah.
Go on. I want to hear it.
Hang on, Andy. We'll just check with Mr. Clark. Now, have you got your hand up or not?
No, I'm fine. No, I'm listening.
Okay, Andy, go ahead.
Educated myself. Go ahead, Andy. Can I record this?
We can hear the background, so he's watching TV again.
There's a notorious part of Sukhumvit from Soi 4 that goes past the landmark to where they got the vendors and that, where there are no cigarette bins, and there is a police box on the corner. If you know Soi 4, there's a police car on the box, and there used to be a bar called Bullies, and I used to sit out there, people watching, and I used to see what happens is they used to watch Falang walking and then putting a cigarette end on the floor. Or if they didn't see it, they had spotters, which were the vendors selling the T-shirts and that. And they go, yep, we got one. And they would run up, catch the guy, say, is this yours? Wow. Showing the butt and all that. 2,000 baht fine on the spot. Yeah. But there were no places to put your cigarettes. There was no trash bins. There was nothing. They'd all been removed.
Right.
I got picked up the Sukhumvit Road for that, Andy.
I never struggle. If I go to any market, anywhere that I've ever been to. I mean, look, hold on, let's get it. There are certain areas in Bangkok now where you can't smoke outside at all. They're anywhere near the hospitals and, crime targets, you can't smoke. And I've been told off for smoking, and I'm only on the public right away or whatever. So I do understand where you're coming from, Andy. But everywhere else in Thailand, and I made the mistake of using a cigarette as a thing. I've got a plastic bag with the little wooden stakes in and whatever, and I want to throw it away. I doubt if I ever have to walk more than 5 yards to find a dustbin, an old paint tin that I can throw it into.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm same in where I live, around my area. There's loads of those sort of things. No worries at all. But on Sukhumvit Road, where the police are watching, they have actually physically removed bins so they can get the 2,000 baht from foreigners.
Yeah. I do follow you. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. I wasn't fined, but I had a cigarette as I was walking from the hospital to the McDonald's on the other side of the road. And as I walked into, and it is I can understand where they're coming from. It's a very nice part. It's very clean, very lovely. And they don't want people throwing us. I'm actually quite considerate. I try not to mess, but you can understand it. They're idiots and throw cigarettes. And this guy came up to me. He was a gardener. And said, put the cigarette down. Yeah, okay, no problem. But there's whole areas in I don't know where it's in the centre of Bangkok. There's whole areas where you can't smoke outside.
Really?
Well, that's interesting because they won't let you smoke inside.
Well, I was outside.
No,
I was outside.
you know what I'm talking about near the Victory. I mean, I'm talking about the hospitals near the Victory Monument.
Oh, well, hospitals are different, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the hospital itself, but in that area. It's very clean. It's a very nice area, very civilized, very lovely. Lots of well-educated Thais sort of work in there or whatever. But no, you can't smoke. The only way I found a way to do it is find the motorbike taxis and just stand near to them and hide behind a tree.
Johnny, did you pin the link on the chat?
No, I haven't yet. I was waiting for the signal.
Oh no,
Johnny, I've got about an hour's more material, mate. Don't ever. No, I'm joking.
Well, the whole but you haven't had an argument with anybody, so we may as well put somebody on that you can argue with.
Okay.
I'm being facetious.
I was walking down Circuit Road one time and having a cigarette, and I just finished a packet, so I snuck it into a pot plant there, and I got picked up for it. And follow me. I went to the copper, and he said, "That'll be 2,000 baht for that naughty bit of business." I said, "Oh shit, okay, all right. Well, there's no rubbish bins around here. I could have put it in. Doesn't matter. You should have put it in your pocket and taken it home." Oh, fair enough. So he charged me 200. So he charged me 2,000 baht for it. I said, "Oh, okay." Asked me my name, and he said,
That's
"Do you
what I
want a receipt
always
for that?"
do.
I said, "Yes, I want a receipt." And he said, "Okay, what's your passport number and shit like that, and you will be charged." I said, "Okay, keep the money. I'll catch you later. Thank you."
I think. Sorry, Johnny. Go on.
I on different sites, they'd say, "Oh, you smoke, don't throw your butts around," and they give you one of these little ashtray things that you just put in your pocket.
Yeah.
But I just got in the habit of just squeeze the hot end off and just put it in my bloody pocket. And when I kind of got home, I just before you put your pants in the washing machine, you just invert the pocket into the rubbish bin. But then again, that was a bit stupid because we were doing earthwork, so I could always hide the fucking evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was my experience with it.
Even here, I don't flick butts around. Ashtray the place to put it. Rubbish goes in the rubbish bin. You don't throw shit out the window of your car and that. You drive down the bloody road, it just looks like a rubbish tip. It's just from arrogant pricks. And actually, in Australia, it's getting worse. Not better, worse. So thanks, Generation X, Y, Z, and D, H.
Well, there you go. So that was our thing about rubbish bin, ladies and gentlemen. What do we move on to now? Toilets?
Oh, we've been talking rubbish all fucking night, so what the hell?
Good one. Yeah, stream's a load of garbage. Perrin, you had are you here? Are you there? Are you with us?
No,
I'm here.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah.
The Minter story.
Are you sure? I mean, it's
Up to you.
I'm happy. I've just opened a pack of crisps. Give me a minute.
Oh, no.
As you do when you're on a microphone. Nothing like a live stream and crisps.
Yeah, crunch, 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 rattle, 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 crunch, crunch.
I've sat next to people like you at cinemas. Really annoying.
Yeah.
Look, I was muted. I wasn't on here when this all happened. I would never dream of eating on stream ever.
Oh, we
Anyway,
didn't say we didn't say you did.
Yeah, that
When
is.
you
the
say-
truth.
What did he
Yeah.
say? What did he say, John? Tell him to spit the peanuts here. What did you say, Steve?
No, he said he hasn't eaten on the stream yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think about this a minute. What I'm going to do, hopefully, is connect Aristotle and the problems in Thailand. And there was something else, but I can't remember the other one. There was three things, but anyway, we'll go with the two. Because if we would have started off with this, I'll give you three, but we're halfway through my drunkenness, so it's only two. So Aristotle said, I'm paraphrasing roughly, give me a child until he is 7 and I will show you the man. Basically saying that the first 7 years of your life are the most important, the most influential. If those are okay, you will probably, not always, but you'll probably end up okay as well. By the time you're 7, you sort of understand the world and life is cool. Are you following me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me tell you an anecdotal story that I think emphasizes that. As most of us, all four of us know here, that Thailand had a big problem with Cambodia. And you'll put me right, I'm bad at judging times. What was it now? 2 months ago with the border crisis and the fights and whatever. 2 months ago? 1 month ago? Something like that. And
That's too much go.
my granddaughter, who's 7, interestingly, came home from school and she's a really good drawer. And she drew, I'm talking about you now, yeah. She's sitting next to me. And she drew a lovely picture of the Cambodian flag. And she draws lots of things, lots of characters and whatever. She's always drawing. She drew this this picture of the Cambodian. Now she thinks she wants me to do another one. No, sit down. And she did a lovely photo, a lovely picture of the Cambodian flag. She then put it on the floor and jumped on it. I don't like Cambodia. They're fighting us. They are horrible people. And she's a 7-year-old girl. And it's so interesting that she now, I would suggest, for most of until she gets to an age where she can disseminate information to herself, she will be anti-Cambodian. I tried to correct it. I've tried to say, look, no, it's the government. They were just trying to get nationalists go. No, I didn't say that, but I said, no, the people who run it are bad. The Cambodian people are okay. She won't listen to me. And I did tell this story to Andy a day or two ago. And he said, God, the teachers. Because I thought maybe, naively, I thought maybe other children at the time. He said, no, it's the teachers. The teachers have told them that just as they say, stand up and do the salute the king and whatever. And I just found it interesting that, and what hit me was that, there's no real turmoil in Thailand. There's no real horrible things coming. Just imagine if you're a 5-year-old kid in the Gaza Strip or Afghanistan or any of these troubled things. Of course, you're going to grow up to be terrorists and emigrate to England or Australia or America. But you know what I mean? It's horrendous. And it's horrendous that teachers do that. Anyway, that was my little rant. What do you think?
I'd like to. Okay, go on, Johnny. You first. I've got a retort to that one.
No, I was just going to say, right throughout the world, the education system is being used as a brainwashing system. As far as the Thai Cambodian, the Thai Burmese stuff, it's been going on. The Thai Burmese stuff has been going on for thousands of years. The Thai Cambodian stuff has been going on not quite as long. And the Dutch was the ones that put the border in. So, you know, if we want to blame the Western world, well, if it is Dutch, it's not much. But anyhow, yeah, and the Americans and the Spanish and the English. No, did I say the English? The French. Did I say the English? But that, you know, but the part of it is. It's good to see that Minta is proud to be who she is. That is a good thing. But to hate somebody because of a nationality is not a good thing. Go ahead,
in China, John. In China, they're preaching about the Japanese. They're getting all their students against the Japanese. That's children. What do you think they do in North Korea? Oh my God! You know, and then you go to the other extreme over there in Russia. What do you think they're teaching their kids? What do you think the Ukrainians are teaching their kids? This is generation stuff that's going on. You know, and do you feel that, you know, you're in a country and all of a sudden you've lost your family? Would you say, oh well, yeah, it was war, and you know, I love war. Talk about Israel. I love you, Israelis. Yeah, the next generation comes up and hates the Israelis as well. But it all goes back to the schools.
Well, all right, here's my point. The Aristotle thing, of course, in the informative years, which is, you know, for a kid between 3 and 7 or 8. But I don't blame the teachers. They're following a syllabus. And it's who creates that syllabus are the ones to blame. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, that's like shooting the bloke that delivered the newspaper because you don't like the headline.
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger, you know.
Yeah, well, the whole part about it is that's where we come back to political agenda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, you blame the teachers, Steve, and I understand how you can think that, but the teachers are not doing that on their own volition. What they're doing is they go to teachers' school.
No, I don't blame the teachers. Yeah, I don't blame the teachers at all, Andy. It's what the teachers are instructed to do.
No, I was actually talking to Perrin. Yeah, so it's a hierarchy.
I thought you were Steve. Yeah.
Well, you're Stephen.
Yeah, that's
Hang on, Perrin's eating his bloody chips, so keep going, Andy.
No, I hope they're salt and vinegar. My point is that it's the people that the teaching education system in Thailand is not that high. I love Thailand. There are a couple of universities that do their best, and they have foreign professors in as well to teach the students to think more broadly than narrow-minded. But at these schools that are teaching from 4 to 11, it's very much syllabus orientated, and they are directed from the school, which is from the educational part of the government. This is your syllabus. And you stand up to the national anthem every hour or every 2 hours. The same as when I was at school, in the Catholic school. I had to stand up every hour to say the Hail Mary, and at 12 o'clock, the Angelus. I was conditioned at that informative age, and the people to blame are the ones that are putting those rules in for the teachers to follow. That's all I'm saying.
Andy. Okay, Andy, you stood up for national anthems and all that, and then in the afternoon you bent over and said Hail Mary.
Probably. I'm trying to forget the bend over bit and just concentrating on the Hail Mary.
Oh, stop it.
You understand what I'm saying? It's very easy to blame the teachers, but the teachers don't know any better. Why don't they know any better? Because they're not paying attention to themselves.
The teachers, put it this way, a lot of teachers, as in normal teachers, they're kids that have never grown up. They just kept on going to school, and then they're teachers. They are within the system. They're brainwashed. They're fucked in the head. If you get trade school teachers, some of them, a percentage of them are very, very good tradesmen, and they turn out very good apprentices and all the rest of it. But when you're talking about, junior schools and stuff like that, like I said, they're from the village. They've gone as high as they possibly can, done a sideways move, gone back to the village, and they're a teacher.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's
They've got
absolutely
a
true.
world experience. Nothing.
But in defense of the educational system, there are some really good points where they teach the Thai culture to the kids. Respect your elders, why your elders, this and that.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of good going on. But when it comes to, certain things, they're a bit lacking, That's all I'm saying. They're not doing a bad job for that, because the Thai kids, a lot of Thai kids, in my soy, when I'm going for my exercise in the mornings, I go past, they're all getting ready for school. They all why me as I go past. They why me. I'm an elder.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. Exactly right. And
how cool is that?
That is culture, and one should expect it. But
absolutely.
At the end of the day, with education, as far as teaching the culture, teaching to be proud of who you are, there is nothing wrong with that.
No.
Like, I'm proud to be an Australian. I'm not proud of Australia. I'm proud to be an Australian.
So do you think these extremists here we go. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. YouTube, I don't know. It's not my channel. No, but Islamic extremists, they take these kids, like in Africa, they take boy soldiers between 5 and 8 or whatever. And Islamic extremists, they will teach the jihad to these kids when they're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So what's the hope for those kids when they get to teenagers? They're only going to believe in one. This is what Perrin was talking
brainwashing.
About. What are they going to believe? Well, conditioning, brainwashing. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
In the Quran, there is no such thing as a jihad. So
No,
as far as them waving the Muslim flags or anything like that, they're fucking idiots. They're radicals. They should be exterminated. Which brings us into another one I was going to talk about, was one certain country invaded another country with bombs, which was totally illegal. So now you've got all of the Middle East doing meetings. What are we going to do about that? Well, they'll probably go, well, exterminate. Because once again, have we got peace in the Middle East? No, there's always some fucking idiot. And remembering that remembering how that state was created and who kind of did that,
It was us.
God bless them, once again, another wonderful solution to whatever. But anyhow, I'm not being prejudiced in any way, shape or form. I'm just saying, what's the whole thing is, you've got the stuff in Europe. You've got the whole, is it supremacy? Is it money? Is it just gusto? There you go. I'm done.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
Which one of those conflicts do I start with?
Go for your life. You're the one to pick up the bait. We'll just reel you in from here.
Right. Is it similar to the Trump thing? I have no Jewish alliances. I've got no family in that is Hebrew or anything. But I can 100 million% understand how the Jews feel. rather back to the 7-year-old thing I was talking about. They have been taught all through life that 6 million of us were killed by one country. And it wasn't just killing them. It was a horrendous way to kill them. You know, but bullets were too expensive. So we use gas instead. I mean, it's horrendous. And if you grew up with that, you're going to end up being a little bit protective of your world. Now, whether it was right or right, it's a tricky one. Whether England should have given the Jews their own country or whatever, I don't know. It's a tricky one. I mean, the Jews were originally gypsies. So do you give them the way? It's a tricky one. I can't go into. But look, you got to talk about where we are. They have their country. Until the thing, what's about a year ago now, until they took Hamas were throwing rockets over all the time into Israel. I mean, they used all the money that I don't know why people send them. They had more tunnels under there than we have in the metro in England. Hospitals, everything was built. It was designed as a war. And the worst thing about this, Johnny, and I think you'll get this, Hamas had the beach. They have the best part of that country.
Yep.
You just say, okay, let's just build some hotels, get some money, get some jet skis out there. Let's make money, guys. No, all we're going to do is continually say we want Israel to be gone.
Well, if
Now,
we go back,
I understand. Sorry.
can I just make a statement here? If we go back to the end of the Second World War, the British were in predominantly control. And remembering that a lot of these so-called countries, they were nomadic, tribal people that travelled in different regions and whatever, because they, basically hunter-gatherer too. That came with it, trading, and all of a sudden to have a proclaimed area that didn't rub the right way. But once again, we go back in history. King Richard with the Holy War. How did that work out? The whole part about it is it's a part of the world. They know what they're frigging doing. They're not going to be regimented, documented, and dictated to. The Western world should, if they want to trade with them, trade. If they want to, don't try and take it over and tell everybody what to do. And that's one of the biggest troubles with the Western world, trying to tell everybody else what to friggin' do. That's created half the friggin' problems. End of statement.
It's a good statement, Johnny. I agree. It's quite weird because until the Second World War, America wasn't involved in the rest of the world at all. They were totally into themselves. I mean, it took Pearl Harbor before America even came into the world, even came into the fight. And I mean, Churchill was nagging them, pleading with them, "Oh, please help us," because it was really tricky for England during the war. I've heard commentators say, "Oh no, England could have won it without America." You've got to be ridiculous. It's ridiculous. England were on their knees. They just scraped by with the Battle of Britain, but they were on their knees. I mean, they were lucky with the what was this? Anyway, England were very lucky not to be invaded. what was I going with this? Yeah, America. America was never the world police. They were, and we're not talking about centuries ago. What is it? 40, 80 years ago. America didn't want to get involved at all. It was only because Japan invaded, did the Pearl Harbor thing, that America got involved. And I mean, it showed how massive the American production line was. It was very impressive. Build a ship in 19 days. I love it. Build a cargo ship. You build a cargo ship in 19 days. Gone.
Yeah, but it was made out of fucking wood.
Still worked. No, it wasn't, Johnny. It was steel. I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google it now. I'm sure they were steel. Liberty ships.
Well, remember the biggest plane, the Spruce Goose, was made out of plywood.
Hold on.
Where's Clarky on the fleet?
Hold on. Liberty ships were made primarily of steel. They were mass-produced cargo ships built during World War II, designed for relatively inexpensive construction. There you go. Steel. Steel.
All right. Okay. All right. They'll built like corrugated iron tanks. Yeah. And I think they were.
Whatever they were made out of, even if it was made out of plywood, to build a cargo ship that could cross the Atlantic quite successfully in 19 days is phenomenal. I'm sure you got the same in Australia. We see things in England where they say, oh, the Navy or something, we just commissioned a ship. It'll be ready in 10 years' time. What? It's ridiculous. I'm exaggerating it. It's usually 5 years' time, but then it gets to 5 years. Oh, we haven't quite finished yet. We've got to do generally about 7 years starting construction to the boat being out.
You know, the whole part about it. At that same time, the American PT boat with V8 motors in it, God knows what, you know, pretty fast, agile. It was built out of plywood. It was all, you know, with a tin cover, you know, sheet metal cover. But anyhow, that's irrelevant. This is getting boring. Let's move on to something controversial.
Hold on, Johnny. It's not getting boring. Let me just finish this. PTT boats. Beautiful. We have organisations in the UK that renovate them and put them back to their former glory. They are so beautiful. They're
a body. They are an engineering wonder, actually. They are really good. I don't get me wrong.
They had a Merlin engine in them.
Yeah, and like Colin from accounts is saying, you know, McHale's Navy, you know, that was a brilliant show based on the PT boats.
Right.
I don't even know what a boat is.
I got a question. I got a question.
Go on.
McHale's Navy, you know, and all that. Who reminds you of Captain Bingleton? Bingleton? Yeah, Bingleton. Yeah.
What's all that noise in the background? It's really
That's Clarky watching TV.
Can you mute him? There you go. Oh, peace.
Bingleton. What was his fucking name? You know, the four-eyed little cunt. And the other worm bloody carpenter. Yeah. Who does that remind you in any genre as far as watching YouTube?
I know where you're going with this.
I'm not going anywhere, Andy.
I don't.
I know, Johnny.
I'm totally
Don't
lost.
pull the wool over my eyes, mate.
Righto, come on. Righto.
I'm not saying a word.
What? In the grounds you don't want to go?
I don't understand the question.
No, I want to protect your channel.
No, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. We've got you've got the ability to say
what I
whatever you
want.
like.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
but no. You carry
hang
on.
on a minute,
You
Mike.
started this.
All right, we're going to bring Mike on. Hello, Mike.
Good day, mates. How's it going?
What's happening? Oh, we're just shaking the dust off, and
It's a
having a bit of a
pleasure
get
to see you guys back. It's a pleasure. And it's an honor to be here on this panel with you.
Creep.
Well,
Hi,
thanks
Mike.
for that.
How you doing, mate?
Hey, how's it going, Andy?
I'm just barring up.
Hey, Clarky. Hey,
There you go.
I saw
Robert,
your
yeah,
avatar before. You looking healthy.
Welcome, Robert.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
It's all that Thai food he's been eating since he's been living here.
Yeah.
Are you in? Where are you? Hey, are you in Hua Hin? Are you in Hua Hin? No, you're not. If you were in Hua Hin, I'm in Hua Hin, Steve, and I'd meet you today.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, no, no.
Hua Hin, yeah. But I'll be going back soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm up
I've been.
north, mate. I'm up near Chiang Mai.
Oh, it's great out here, isn't it? I've got a nice, sexy lady dancing in a bikini in front of me now.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
What channel is
yeah.
that on?
So you haven't hit me before.
You're in Soy Bintabar, are you, Mike?
No, it's no bar stuff. It's just the good life, man. No, I'm near the beach. I'm near.
You're
Where
down the
should I-
bottom end by the rock, are you? In that little bar.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm near the Monkey
yeah,
Mountain there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, righto.
Yeah. First time here. It's great here, man. I like it. I much prefer here than Pattaya.
Well, the one thing about it, Mike, a little bit more relaxed than and a little bit cheaper, is go down to Charm.
Yeah. We went down there a week ago. It's very, very relaxed. Yeah, it was very quiet there. It's low season. And it was rainy as well. Yeah, we went there. Yeah, it's nice.
Back in the day, Cha'am, right? You used to go on the way to Hua Hin. Cha'am was just a stretch of beach, and then one hotel went up, and then another went up, and then another went up. It's now quite populated, right? Cha'am, is it like a resort place now?
No, I went down that main road. I didn't see that many hotels. Well, maybe comparing it to Hua Hin, but I could be wrong. I was only there for an hour or two.
Yeah, well, Charm seems, well, to me, Charm has got a few bigger hotels, but they're more on the Hahin side. But when you come back as you're coming in, it's your low rise stuff, more traditional and more relaxed. Because what I found in Hahin, not having a motor vehicle, it was very expensive to get around. Because they haven't got the bar buses like Bangkok and Pattaya and quite a few other places.
Correct. Correct.
And the colour of your skin means, g'day, Robert. How you doing, mate? Glad to see you along. But Hahin it's it's one of the cities that has progressed, and it's gone down toward Prat Chat Kittycant. That with the buildings, because some of the old area is quite nice, but getting around, unless you've got good legs on you, it like I say, it is expensive. And with my kids to go to back to
I have a bike, so it's okay for me. I get everywhere around on the moped.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have that, you'd be
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, it's not Pattaya here, but I tell you, they stopped me a month ago here. I've already been overstayed. Like I'm actually overstayed now, like 50 days. But they stopped me. No helmet, no license, overstay, and I had a bag of cannabis, which apparently now is illegal. Well, they're giving them months to ease into the new law. That's what they. But he charged me $1,000. The police. He stopped me. He took me to the hut. I was like, oh, very respectful and everything. And he said, "You want to go to the police station or here?" I said, "Yeah, here." He said, $1,000. I said, "Yo, sure, no problem." Yeah.
Yeah, and you wire him and just walk out the friggin' door. The whole part about it is it'll get worse.
Over in a minute.
It'll get worse. It'll get worse in a couple of months' time because school fees are vague and due.
Yeah. The cannabis law here is very, as everything, grey area, very grey area, because you see all the weed shops, but they were doing like you need now a medical certificate. So when I went into one a few months ago, they actually have a little cashier on the side in a white coat that gives you the medical certificate, and they charge you 400 baht for that. With that, you can then buy the weed.
I love that every time you buy it, or can you use that same certificate once?
I think it's one only at that
really?
place. Yeah, but it's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
It's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised that I thought you'd buy like online because you get good stuff these days, don't you? With the Thai stuff.
I was with a friend that wanted to do it, so I'm not going to say what I do, but yeah, I don't do that. But yeah, but you see the weed shops. You go to like Khao Yai, go down the main street. Every other shop's got a neon weed sign outside it.
Nah, I was just in Khao Yai. Yeah, I'm all infoed up here. I'm all infoed up, bro. I was in Khao Yai because I was in Pattaya, then I went to Khao Yai, then Chiang Mai, etc., etc. But yeah, I was in Khao Yai.
I was in Chiang Mai.
Khao Yai is hard to find. Chiang Mai, yeah. No, I was there about 2 weeks. Yeah. No, but Khao Yai, no. On that Khao Yai is like 4 maybe mountains, isn't it? Khao Yai. It's all. I don't know where. Maybe where you're speaking it is. I don't mean to, but the strip I was way up in the mountains. There wasn't much up there.
Well, that's the national park. You won't get anything in there. But if you go to the main drag that goes through when you reach Khao Yai, it's just restaurants, cafes, weed shops, all the way down the street. I mean, it's like mega.
I was like in the middle there. In the middle. I like Khao Yai. I love it. I was in the, that blue little lake they have there, the blue water.
I don't know. I'm normally like, I mean, there's loads of places. We go up there. The trouble is the weekend, the traffic going there and back is like a nightmare. It's like everyone goes there from Bangkok on a Friday or
Bangkok,
Sunday.
Speeding around everywhere.
Yeah, get the hell.
It's a ripoff though. That park though was like 400 baht, 500 baht entry, isn't it?
For Falang, yeah.
Yeah, for Thai even was it like 100, 200 for
probably,
Thai? Yeah.
I think I paid something like that. Yeah.
We paid because we went there and I was like, all right, we'll pay, and it was pretty. I wouldn't pay again for it.
It's beautiful though.
It is
Waterfall and everything. mountains.
It's amazing.
It's nice. And then in the winter, you go there in the winter, Mike, it's like you have to put on a coat, especially at night, because it's
Really?
relatively around about 14 degrees. It's like, yeah, really nice. It's like Pai, all those places. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. Nice.
I like Khao Yai. Pie. It's just too like yuppie, you know. It's like Kotao.
Khao Yai.
Yeah, no,
You
not
say-
Khao Yai. No, not Khao Yai. Pie. Pie is.
It's
It's
yuppie.
too.
Yeah. All
Like,
the sofas outside, everyone's chilling, man, and they're all
yeah,
chilling
it's all
out.
like the fake hippies, the fake hippies, I call them, the wannabe hippies.
Yeah,
Like my parents were from the hippie generation, right? Okay, the hippies, real hippies from the height of the hippie era. Yeah, like that was like the fat, that was the thing. Not these fake hippies now.
Well, they don't know what it's about, really. Yeah,
They don't have that same positive energy, that same like openness and love and curiosity for your fellow human. It's all a bit like fakey and flaky.
Oh, it's like the rest of the world's going anyway, to be honest. Everyone gets onto a bandwagon. Everyone wants to be labeled, and that's the way they do it.
Heads down on the phone. No one's looking out for your fellow neighbors. It's a mess, but no, it's true, right? It's a mess. It's a mess, man. These days, man. Like, did you see on the news the murder of the Ukrainian woman in America? You must have seen it on the bus.
Yeah, Clarky spoke about that earlier.
Huh?
Clarky spoke about that earlier, where she got stabbed in.
Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, terrible. R.I.P.
There's a lot of stuff in America that they plead their amendments on it. But I think they need to amend the amendments, because at the end of the day, why does somebody living in New York City or whatever, why does somebody need an AR-15? If you're talking about the right to bear arms, yeah, that's fine. But that was meant for self-defense. Why does somebody need a 45, which will go half a block with a bullet after it's shot 20 people? You only need a 9mm pistol. They need to regulate within that amendment of where you are to what you can have, unless you belong to a group or
it's the guns that kill people. It's the people that kill, not the guns. You want to know crazy, but might be controversial, but you can Google it now and correct me if I'm wrong on this fact. If you take away the Latinos and the blacks from the American percentage, America actually has like one of the lowest gun crime rates.
Yeah, guns don't kill people. People use guns. The same as like stabbings. People use a knife. A knife is actually a tool.
Yeah. Expect like me. I'm a cook, a chef, right? So like I've never seen it as a weapon, a knife. So when they say they're saying in the UK the knife problem, you need to ban the knives. That's just ridiculous. You just give strong sentences for people who are caught carrying it, but you can't ban them. Like they get it on the black market anyways, don't they? Those big machetes. You can't ban kitchen knives.
Well, the thing is, I've got slicing knives because I used to work in the meat industry, like right through it, to perfect my skills as a contractor. But the whole thing is, I've got big slicing knives, for slicing up rumps and all that stuff.
Yeah, like 13-inch, 14-inch, 15-inch knives. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the big long carbon.
Near 18 inches. But the whole part about it is, it's a tool of trade. It's not Well, you can
That's
use
like, are they
it.
going to say ban chainsaws now or ban jackhammers? Right? You know, the list is endless, right?
Well,
You can make every
You watch
weapons,
the
every
movie,
tool can be deadly.
yeah. But you watched the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre back in.
Yeah,
No,
there you go.
you weren't born then, but anyhow, that was interesting.
God, I go away for 2 minutes and the conversation's turned to knives. God, guys.
Yeah, well, we're cut above the rest, Andy.
We're showing a bit of the sophistication here. We're just shooting the shit here.
Mike, I got a question for you here. I went back to the UK 3 or 4 weeks ago, right? And I normally go for 2 or 3 weeks. I stay with my brother and everything is nice and lovely. And I went with my son and wife. And they were only staying for 7 days. And I said, well, I'll stay for another 2 weeks. We went for a wedding. That was the idea of going. Anyway, we did all that. And then we went out for some day trips around over there. After the 7 days, I wanted to come back to Thailand. There was an undercurrent in England. I couldn't specifically say what it was, but the vibe wasn't that good. And we were staying in a nice village. It wasn't like, we weren't in Brixton or anywhere like that, or Camden or anything. It was like a nice village, but I didn't like the vibe. I felt I needed to come back. And then now, with everyone was talking about cost of living and immigrants. That's all the conversations were in pubs and on the train. I heard people talking and whatever. That's all they're concerned with. Am I right? Is the feeling in England is like very negative at the moment?
I haven't been there since May, but I'll be going back in the next few days. But so all this flag thing happened while I was away. But it's shit. There's always a general tension in the air in London, right? It's like you're safe, like you are safe, but you're not safe. Like I can look after myself. Yeah, it's like, and people there's always fighting going on for nothing over like bus tickets and chicken shops and just ridiculous shit, man. You know, it's not a nice place to be. Here you can just relax. Here, like, if you respect people, they respect you. No one.
I know. No one assumes. No one profiles you. Not really.
The more I stay in Thailand, like the more I see similarities with Japan. They're not as sophisticated, but the respect thing is just open-minded. And the respect they have for other people, for just other human beings, is very similar to Japan. Like, when you're in 7 and someone walks in front of you, they bow their head, stuff like that. Or you're in the condo, security, every time they salute you like that. It's just it's so respectful. It disarms you, doesn't it? It makes you want to just give back, doesn't it? It just gives you like a warm feeling, doesn't it? You don't get that in the UK.
Mike, the thing that I was going to stay, like I've done other times, for another couple of weeks with my brother. Everything is lovely, you know what I mean? And I was happy to stay. I just didn't want to stay. I wanted to, let's get back to Heathrow and get out. And that really shocked me that I was saying that. I'd rather go to Japan or Vietnam or Laos or somewhere around here, and I'd feel more comfortable.
I know exactly what you're saying, man, and that's the worst. That's the worst thing, because when I think about not wanting to go back, I can't really put my finger like on one. I mean, I could, but like the main thing is just the general vibe in the air, the atmosphere. There is no community. There's no binding. And I'm talking about London. That's another world to the rest of UK. But like, there's no binding.
Well, even outside of London,
is like the countryside on steroids now. Huh?
Even outside of London, it's
the same.
Not,
I'm guessing that. Yeah.
It's not good.
But there's no community. There's a bunch of different people from different sectors in the world. Yeah, different countries in the world, but they don't come together. They have their own little bubbles, right? And there's nothing that binds everyone together. And they're there for money. That's it. They don't care about the country. There's no loyalty. And this might be new for everyone else, but I've been hearing this for 20, 30 years in my job, like from people from other countries saying to my face how much they hate England and how shit it is, and it's not great, and you just have fish and chips, and like just this usual stupid shit you hear you're just down the pub, lazy, all this bullshit, right? Like that's what London is like. They don't care about. That's why the flag's a controversy. They see it as a threat. They live their country inside the UK, right? And they're like, there's people there 20, 30 years. They don't speak any English. They just speak Spanish or Somali or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
that's facts. I know from my own experience. Facts. They have their own little bubble there. They don't need. If they want to go to the bank, there's people in their community. They pay like £20 to take them to the bank or write a letter or fill in a benefit form or something like that. I know this firsthand. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. There's no country. In Thailand, there's a country.
7 or 8 years ago since I last went to England, and I was just shocked that I didn't feel like I was coming back to my home country, which it isn't.
No,
Thailand's
you
my
aren't.
home country.
It isn't anymore.
But I sort of saw it, and I didn't feel that I wanted to enjoy myself there. You know what I'm saying?
When you land in Heathrow, first thing, what do you see? All the staff there. That's just that's the start of what's to come for the rest of your time, at least in London. I don't know about anywhere else. Right?
Well, no, don't keep going on
actually,
just about London. It's outside of London now, Mike. It's way outside of London.
But even Heathrow, like there's some unity there because they're all Asians. But if you go out in London, it's like seriously, man. Like it's actually a problem. It is. There's just so many different sectors in there. There's no unity. There's no community. And every day you're communicating with people. English is their second language, so you dumb down your English, and you end up speaking. You know, I applied for English teaching job online like 6 months ago, and you know what they said to me? They said to me, it was online. Yeah. I wanted to teach online in Thailand. Yeah, and you know what they said to me? They said to me, we want a native English speaker, right? And that's one funny thing. And then they said, your spoken grammar is not correct, which I don't blame them if I think about it, right? But throughout the years, I've dumbed down my English just to make people understand me better in work, basically. So like that's part of multiculturalism. So you dumb yourself down to make the other people, bring them up.
Can I on the like Australia is really a multicultural place. Growing up, I grew up with Italians, Greeks, a lot of Mediterranean. We had a few frogs here as well. Obviously British, German. Different of the Europeans, and that was fine. Our culture, and because those people were consider themselves lucky to be in our country, and they could work and they could earn money and all of the rest of it. They shared some of their culture, their food, whatever. That's why our country became, to a certain extent, what it is. But what the government and all the rest of it is bringing in is cultures that will not simulate.
Yeah.
Want to be who they were, and to me, and it's not racist, it's fuck off back to where you come from. If you don't want to simulate, you want to turn our country into your country, fuck off back to your country, because why did you leave your country? Because it's a shithole. And you've made it a shithole.
Yeah, that is the bottom line, basically. It sounds brutal, but that's a fact. It wasn't good. That's why they left.
Correct, Mike. It is the bottom line. Fuck off back to where you come from. And it really, as we've got three blokes here that are British on the panel, your government let you down instead of setting up a fucking border and saying, no, you've walked through every other country. The laws are you must seek asylum at the first country you come to, and they told you to fuck off. We're telling you to fuck off. And yes, you're not coming in.
Yeah, and here's another crazy thing, but it might sound petty, but I really noticed this, is that there's no space in London anymore. When I started off my career and I used to take the underground to central London or the bus or whatever,
Yeah.
when I was like 16, 17, there was space on the train early in the morning, and on buses, there was space on there. You'll never get space now. Like, there's just no space. There's just too many people. And,
Well,
at least for London. I don't know about the rest of
the one thing about it, every country is suffering the same. And we can take it back to governments that they haven't, or perhaps at a time they put a plan forward for infrastructure and that's where, in some ways, some governments should be in power for longer, others should be fucked right off as soon as they get voted in.
Here's another bit of the equation, right? Is that there's more people in the country in London, right? I don't like to speak on shit I don't know. I can just speak from my experience, what I see with my own eyes, right here. So here's a fact from my own eyes. There's more people in London, right? But throughout the whole world, people are underbreeding now, and the countries that are breeding the most, if you see on the map, it's all Africa. There's all like statistics in that, and that's what's breeding here. And I'm not being funny, right? But like the education, and they're culturally not sophisticated. You can't compare a Somali with a Japanese culturally. It's like a different worlds, right? It's not racist to say that. And just the same, you can't compare them with some like English gentlemen. There's just no comparison culturally. So that is why things are so fucked up in the UK now. Like we're devancing, we're not advancing the culture anymore. It's all like everything's dumbed down now. Things are getting worse. They're not getting better.
Well, the Somalians have no culture. They're just still in the mentality of hunter-gatherer. They are not an asset to any country. Don't get me wrong.
Johnny, you mean they're not civilized?
Yes, correct.
No, they are not civilized. The whole part about it is the UN and all the rest of it wants to save the fucking world. What they want to do is stick it up their ass, and the rest of the country should tell them that they created their own problems. They need to correct their own problems. Don't run over to another country and say, you need to go and save that. No, if you're not prepared to die for your own country, why send our people to go and fucking die in your country because you're too pathetic to fucking stand up for your rights or whatever? Fuck yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Not to put a too fine a point on it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. If somebody's not prepared to fight for what they've got or whatever, why should I go and do it?
Somalians, Andy, they have no government, no police force. Okay, now with Australia, they were given a certain amount of people to take. We ended up with the Somalians and the Muslims. Okay, the Americans got all the nice people, and I suppose the English did. I don't know what they got, but so the World Health Organization organizes it all, and we got all the Somalians. And believe me, they're not a good race to be with. I'm not prejudiced at all, but you know. They've got no government, you know.
I have a lot of experience with them in London.
To murder somebody, it's nothing. You know, if you don't get along with your neighbour in Somalia, you just go and shoot him. Nothing.
Mike, if I may say, Mike, if I may say, you can't keep quoting London because London is a multicultural city. It's always been a cultural city for years, anyway.
No, but it's gotten. Let me explain. It's gotten back in the day in London, it used to be the British, the Irish, and the Caribbeans. That's how it was back in the day. And they kind of like, they're all Christian, and the old immigrants, they were kind of proud to be British. Like, I'm going to England, they have the British flag, they like the monarchy, like all the Windrush generation. They're all proud of the monarchy. They're proud to be British. They all worked, they had jobs, you know.
Yeah, but don't forget, back in the day, if you were born within the sounds of Bow Bells and that, you spoke Cockney. Why did they speak Cockney? Because in bars and pubs and places, they didn't want to hear what they didn't want the immigrants to hear what they were saying. It's always been there, Mike, in London. It's always been there, but they're now more prevalent. All I'm saying is
but
it's towards the whole country.
it's not. It hasn't always been this much change.
No,
There used
no.
to be certain. There wasn't that many different. Okay, like let's talk about Somalis. Look at Kilburn. Kilburn used to be. They used to call it County Kilburn, didn't they? 'Cause that was from Marlow Station to Irish. That's as far as I could walk before the bags dropped. If you Kilburn used to just be full of pubs, all Irish there, Irish. And this was going all the way back to like early 2000s. It was still like this. Now it's all Somalis there. It's all chicken shops, betting shops. All the pubs are shut. They've turned to chicken shops, betting shops, and pawn shops.
There is
Like,
a lot of
but
chicken about.
Yeah. But the Irish were there for years and years, you know, and they added something. I know a lot of good Somalians, right? At the end of the day, people are people. Yeah, you have good people, but these cultures are not sophisticated. Some of them, and like some of them are quite brutal, and yeah.
It's where, you know, the whole part about multiculturalism, well, it's already been proven it doesn't work. But people that wish to assimilate, that's fine. People that wish to bring themselves to another country and then establish their country within somebody else's and then demand rights, well, to me, put them in a fucking container and send them back to where they come from.
That's like invader. They're invading, aren't they? That's like an invading army.
That's like no different to fucking rats. They're an invasive species.
No, they're an invading army. They want to put their flag down in your country. It's a new type of war. They're trying to breed. Basically, they're outbreeding everyone now, though. That's the problem.
But you know, the thing is, the second page of a fucking of their fucking application to go to the country or whatever it is there's a question that says, will you abide by the rules of the country? And they all tick yes, but they don't. They want to.
Yeah,
they want
our laws are too soft. Our laws are to blame. We're letting it happen. We're letting it happen. On top of that, white people are not making babies anymore. That's the biggest problem. White people don't make babies. And white people are already a very small minority in the world, a very small percentage. And then we're the ones having the least amount of babies. Blue eyes the rarest. And these people having the least amount of babies. This is a big problem that people are not talking about. And then all these immigrants are coming and breeding like rabbits. They breed them out. You have no country left.
Why is that, Mike? Why is that? Because the common British, the national, they are saving for a home. They're saving for whatever. They don't turn up and then the government throws everything at them. And of course they're breeding like rabbits because they're not fucking paying for it. And that's where the system's fucked. That's where your government's fucked. And you people need to stand up and take your fucking country back and tell these politician cunts to go fuck themselves, hang them in Trafalgar Square where the mongrels deserve to be hung. And it's the same.
I agree.
In this country, the same fucking thing. This fucking piece of shit that we've got as the Prime Minister is the most gutless, fucking sell us down the road, fucking lying cunt of a thing on the fucking planet. He should be hung, drawn and quartered for his crime to the country. The pathetic prick. There's so much for democracy. Well, the whole part about the abuse of our constitution, a whole lot of it, the fucking maggot. He came here with his mum, who was a single mum, lived public housing, public everything, and all his life he's in public whatever. Why is he a multi-millionaire? Because in his public life, he's been selling us down the road, confiscate everything off the cunt and kick the cunt to the curb. And that's most of them. The whole fucking lot of right throughout the fucking world. It's about time the people took back their countries and told these politicians People don't work for them, they work for us. Simple statement.
Gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night. But before I do, can you hear me? What happened there? It all went horribly wrong. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
I
can.
hear you. I hear you.
I just want to address the elephant in the room. Mike, we haven't spoken for a long time, but we've had, I would guess, over, the 4 or 5 years I've been here, we've had half a dozen decent conversations, private conversations. Maybe not half a dozen, but at least 3 or 4. And you've always been perfectly decent, just as you are tonight. So why are you so disrespectful to me and Andy online? Are you just doing that for views, or do you genuinely think we're pathetic cunts?
What did I say to you? What did I do to you?
I've asked a question. Are you now trying to say you've never talked really bad about Andy and me?
What did I
It wasn't
say?
you. It was a
When
clone.
did I say this? Okay, give me what did I? Did you talk bad about me as well?
Don't try to squirm out of it.
No.
Just explain
I'm not
why you
squirming
do
out
it.
of it. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this because I'm trying to understand what you're saying, when you're saying it, and you got to give me a time frame because I remember times where you yourself have spoken very bad to me as well, and I can give you time frames on JG's channel,
Right.
in the StreamYard, and in JG's chat. So I give you a time frame now. Now you give me a time frame.
You can't do that. I guarantee
I just
you
done.
can't do that.
I just gave you a time frame now. It was in JG's chat, and it was on his StreamYard. But I don't care. The past is the past. The bygones is the bygones.
That's a problem, Mike.
But I haven't even thought about it.
I think you consider people like me, Andy, and the rest of us older guys as just locals. Let's take the piss out of them, gives us a few views. And I find that really horrible. And I'm surprised that you would do
So
that.
if you're saying all my interactions with you have been good, why are you saying now you're a local?
Because I think you.
I understand where you're coming from. Are you just in a bad mood and you want to attack me?
Let me answer your question. I think normally you're a decent guy, but I think you've found that you're pretty good at having generating content.
Bullshit.
By having a go at other people, at other streamers.
Bullshit.
And
I haven't had a go at you. No. You know what? Now I'm pissed off now. Now I'm pissed off with you now. Why should I let you finish? Because you're talking shit now. I've never had a go at you before.
Let me finish.
Keep talking your nonsense.
You're a decent guy underneath it all, and this is all an act.
No, you're talking nonsense. When have I had a go at you though? No, when have we had a big issue ever, or Andy? And first of all, I would like Andy to speak for Andy, not Steve Perrin to speak for Andy. But me, as far as you goes, when have me and you had some massive issue? I don't remember it. When have I ever said anything very nasty or personal to you? Never, ever, ever, ever.
Yes, you have.
Ever.
And you
ever. I have never, ever said anything nasty or personal to you. Ever. Ever. In fact, if with all due respect, you, Mr. Perrin, me and you have not had that many conversations or interactions. And me and you have never really been on the same wavelength as such.
Mike, I'd say over 5 years, maybe 6 conversations.
There you go. So what are you talking about now? Because really, I'm not, with all due respect to you, sir, like there's certain people who leave bigger dents in the memory, and you're not one of them as far as you two people on here. Like you haven't even, you're not even on my radar in any way, shape, or form. With all due respect to you, I do not mean that negatively. Like I do not have an issue with you, and I never had. So why now are you attacking me? You must have the wrong person here.
Okay.
Sir, you must have. Sir,
You know what you did. You know what you said.
No, please, no, don't make
can't
accusations towards me. No, you can't make accusations like this towards me. You haven't provided any. No, well, let's talk men here then.
You do that all the time.
Okay, give me. Can you be specific in what you're saying?
You are much better at this than I am.
You know what? You need to just.
You have been a cunt about. You've been a cunt about everybody in global. Everybody. How many times have you said all that?
Never. Listen to me now. No, listen to me. Listen to me. I have never.
Listen to you, Mike. I'm not going to listen to you because you talk
no, I listen to you, and I'm listening to you, and you don't want to listen to me. No, and you want respect for me. Respect is earned, sir. Respect is earned, sir. Respect is earned. And I have never spoken bad about Clark. I've never spoken bad about Adrian. Me and Mr. Siam have had issues, and it's been cleared up. Me and you have hardly ever spoken, and me and Andy have had banter before, and that's where it ends. And it has never gotten personal at all. And the fact that you're just ambushing me like this out of nowhere just shows your issues in your own life and not my own. Because I came here in peace and harmony, sir.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Can we move on? This is not going anywhere.
Okay. But Mr. Perrin, honestly, hand on heart, my heart is pure. I have no issue with you. And if I have said something to you in the past that I don't remember, that has offended you and it's hurt you deep, then I don't know what to say about that. I'm not going to apologize because I've never said anything personal to you, though. That's the thing.
No, let me explain. Hasn't hurt me deep. I was just so surprised that you were so horrible about Andy and me. Now, look, Andy can speak for himself. I do take your point there. You're absolutely right. But I couldn't believe it when you were telling on JG's or whatever. They got no idea what they're doing. They're all old farts. They're out of their time. It's just pathetic. And you do it quite regularly.
Okay. Now you've said something. I did say that, and I will. I said some of what you said. I did say you didn't know how to run global. That is correct. I said that many times, and I'll stand my word. And I'll say that to your face now. No. I'll say that, and I don't see how you can take that so personally, right? Because that's my opinion, and I am 100% entitled to it. And the fact, my opinion is very valid, since I'm the one who invented the global. It was my idea, and I put it all together. And it was with me for a long time. And when I had it, the numbers were the highest, right? So I think my opinion is valid on this. And I stand by what I said. I don't think you knew how to run global. You guys were trying to run it too corporately and too organized. And it's great for your club. But as far as the idea of global, like views and excitement and that, it doesn't work. That's my opinion. Right. And I'm entitled to it, sir.
That's your opinion. It's a totally invalid opinion, but you've got it. Johnny, sorry, mate. I just had to
no apologies.
The elephant in the room.
No apologies. Don't worry about that. It's good.
I didn't know there was an elephant in the room.
You know, it's the whole part about it. You cleared the air. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think the air is cleared. The air is cleared from my side, but I sense that there's some animosity still there from this.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know there was animosity.
Absolutely.
I would not have hit this link if I knew there was any animosity with any gentleman on this panel. I wouldn't have disrupted this. I wouldn't have disrupted your show.
Mike's right. We've had some real fucking goings at it, but we're still mates. You go away, think about it a little bit and come back and, you're right, have another go at it. But the whole part about it is, at the end of the day, you realise where somebody else is coming from, and not everybody's on the same fucking wavelength. You know, I don't have any problems. It's good that you've had a bit of a tip, and like a little bit of a training session or in the ring, and got it out of the.
It's all good from my side. I don't think Aztec ran global good either. So it's nothing personal to any. Actually, I am completely entitled to my opinions there, and I shouldn't apologize for that. And you were specific, and I specifically said to your face, I stand by what I said. And there you go. Nothing I've ever said has been personal to you, ever. Never, sir.
The whole part about it is, yes, we were all involved in a channel. There was 40 odd people with different agendas, different whatever. Not everybody agreed. Like, no one agreed, to be honest with you. We all crossed boards.
Too many fucking chiefs and not enough fucking Indians. Isn't that true, Mike?
Those fights were the backstage one. It was good fun, man. It was great. It was, but I have to say, I actually have a lot of new people here on this panel I respect the most, and you're the most normal for me in all this genre. And I've said this multiple times, like but that's fine. Well, I'll end it at that, because I'm not being disingenuous now. We're trying to ask us. So
the whole part about it, Mike, you just reminded me then of a little bit of a tiff that I had. You and I were having a fucking bit of a go at it on the fucking channel. I booted you off your own channel. Oh, that was funny as fuck. But anyhow, the whole part about it, we kissed and made up the next day. And had a giggle. But if Steve Perrin's here, I'm going to say something. I hope it doesn't offend you, but my girl's right next to me, and she whispered in my ear, and she said, "Why you fight with old people? You're going to make them die." No, well, Perrin's not going to die until he's ready to. But, like Steve likes to clear the air with everybody. And I know the man very, very well. He likes to clear the air with everybody because he is a very harmonious bloke. He likes to just put along in life, and everybody's his friend.
Oi, Mike, who are you calling old?
You, Andy.
All right.
I'm not far behind you, sir. We all get old, don't we? If we're lucky. If we're lucky.
You're only as wild as the woman you feel.
I'm lucky 24 then.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Mike, how old are you?
Early 40s.
Mid 40s. Okay.
All right.
No. Early 40s.
52. Mike's
Early
52.
No, it's early 40s. Early 40s.
I remember those days really well. Yeah. Forging my way through life.
Oh, fuck it. I remember 40. I just got me divorced. And fucking who? This was like being 18 again. Yay, let's go.
I remember being 38 and just getting married and having a wonderful life.
Well, that's fuck that bloody
You're still married.
Yeah, 34 years, Mike.
Have you heard this song, Where Corn Don't Grow, from Waylon Jennings? No, it's a country song.
I do.
You know the song, right? You know it. There you go. Yeah. So basically, the meaning of the song is where corn. It says to his son, "You dream about a life where corn don't grow." Like, that's not all what it seems. So, yeah.
That's like the grass on the other side. The grass on the other side's always greener. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, we used to have a cartoon strip in the newspapers, and it was Dave and Mabel, And one day, Dave's out ploughing the paddock, and the next little bit in the cartoon, Dad walks down and he said, Dave, what are you doing? He said, you ploughed the wrong paddock. Dave picks the bloody thing up, throws the plough over the fence, picks up the horse, throws it over the fence, and starts ploughing that paddock. And then later, because Dave was thinking about Mabel, and a little bit later on, they got married. And Dad was knocking on the house door saying, Dave, where are you? No answer. For a week. And he said, Dave, you can't live on love alone. You're throwing the skins out the window and they're fucking choking the chooks.
I think we need some translation on that one.
Well, the skins
chook
were
means chicken. Chicken. That's
the
just talking about
skins were the
chicken.
I was trying to keep up.
Thank you, Stephen.
It's chickens. Chickens.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyhow, so all right, so we're going to do fucking translations for fuck's
Right,
sake.
this is
Well, I don't understand
Well,
what you're
that's what
saying.
that's what you get when you live stream. You've got an international audience. Cobber.
I've got a serious question for you guys, right? As you age, do you find like your penis becomes more like wrinkly? I'm starting to notice that little bits there. You know, like
No.
it's just me. You know, things that gradually sneak up on you slowly. You don't even notice it.
Well, I can
How old is your partner, Mike? How old is he?
Yeah. Early 40s.
Well, the thing is, Mike, I can honestly tell you, it's like the rest of your body. It needs exercise, and it will stay with you.
Yeah.
Mike, do not worry about getting old. Trust me. When you get older, you start to realize what everything is happening, and you make your own path, and you don't give a fuck about everybody else, and you do what you think. That's what getting old is. You don't care about what other people say. You don't care. You absolutely, because you've been there, done it. We got the T-shirt. We've been there. We've done it all.
Why did I open the fridge? What am I doing in this room?
What do
I have for breakfast?
Why have I left my phone in the fridge again?
Never trust a fart. Never trust
Why have I
a
got
fart.
gonorrhea twice in 1 year?
Yeah.
Mike, don't worry about getting old. At your age, there is a mortality thing. But when you get a little bit older, you don't start worrying about that. You start just enjoying your life and don't care about what anybody says about anything. And you just do your thing.
I do find I had that already. I'm feeling that already, like not carrying already. It's already with me. So.
It's all immaterial.
At 40 years old, get yourself about a 20-year-old girlfriend, and that'll give you, you're only as old as a woman you feel. Yahoo!
Yeah, 24 then. 24.
Oh, that's a bit old.
Can be a bit of a pain in the ass, though.
Get a 40-year-old. You don't like that? Get to a 20-year-old.
It is better, actually. Yeah.
Listen to the conversation before you speak over me, John. You get two of them, 20 years each, 40.
Yeah, well, if you get a 40, you trade her in on 220. So,
Oh,
Stephen,
fucking brilliant, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Stephen's working on his...
You're the fucking Marx Brothers all fucking in one, John. Really are.
Stephen, how many times have you been divorced? Just off the cuff question. How many times have you been divorced?
Two.
Okay,
Well,
don't answer that. Okay, well, there's potential for more in the future. Okay, let's leave that alone now.
Well, then no worries. What's that supposed to mean? Well, whatever.
No.
We're
We're giving Mike options.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
We're giving Mike options. The one thing about it, Southeast Asia is there's some wonderful, and it's like anywhere else. There's a lot of different types, but you will find the one you've got. You'll find the one that suits you. It takes time. And this is what comes into commitment. If she suits you, it starts off with, oh, she's a fucker, but the thing is, you want to live with her. There's a difference between the two. And can she cook? If she can't cook, fuck her off.
Yeah, that cooking is very. If you can't cook, there's no fucking use, is there?
Hey, Robert. If they can't cook, make her a cup of coffee, some eggs and bacon in the morning or some scrambled eggs, just the basics. Piss them off. Get another one. I'm not talking
the
about
basics. You got to teach her. You can teach her one dish a week. You can teach her spaghetti bolognese 1 week, chicken korma the next, shepherd's pie. Then she has like a rotation. Then you just list all your favorite dishes down and what day of the week you want them.
By the time you get to number 10, she's forgotten fucking 1 to 9.
Yeah, that could be a problem. That's why you need to keep her in that kitchen. Muscle memory and all that. Yeah.
Well, why do women get married in white? Because it matches the appliances.
It matches all the domestic appliances. That's right.
Oh, you bloody guy!
Fucking pig!
Stop
What
it!
do you?
Stop it!
What do you call? Johnny, what do you call a black woman from the hood having an abortion?
Nowadays, all the appliances are stainless steel. You don't see women getting married in silver fucking dresses.
How many men does it take to open a can of beer?
It depends if you're Irish or whatever.
It should be none. It should be open by the time she brings it to you.
Well, that's a Southeast Asian thing, and I get it here. Believe me. If I say, darling, can you get me a beer? Then she'll always pop it at the table and put it there.
If you're paying for shit, it is a duty that's happening, the cooking and all that stuff and the cleaning.
Did you check the warranty? Did you check the warranty documents and all the rest of it with the duty of care?
If you're paying for everything, you're basically paying for a service. Or what is this? You're just paying for a freeloader just to sit around and open her legs for you once a week.
Hang on. You just answered your own question, mate.
There you go. Yeah. If you want a really good insurance policy, is get her to do all that cooking and housework and work as well. Then if you ever split up or divorce, you'll have no hard feelings because you would have always had one over on her. And that's when she'll be really bitter.
Oh, you don't want that either. You want an amicable parting.
Not when there's kids involved, no. Alay naka. Idok tao.
Elena?
Elena's not here.
That means what did you fucking say?
Elena. Oh, Elena. I thought you said Elena.
You know how I always remember Elena? When I first came to Thailand, I thought everyone was going eyeliner. And that's how I've always remembered Elena. Well, eyeliner? No, I'm not wearing any eyeliner.
Yep. After you stopped using the eyeliner, did you notice you didn't have that word very much after that, Andy?
Yeah. Okay, here's what you guys never talk about, ever. Johnny does sometimes. Food. So you guys living in Thailand, how do you like the Thai food, or do you need your Western food?
Thai food's fine. No problem at all.
You're right? Yeah, you okay with that on a daily basis?
Like, there's things you miss. I mean, but I can do without it. Thai food's fine.
If I go out for a meal, I would like to prefer sometimes Thai, but I'd prefer Japanese or Vietnamese.
Yeah, but you're not Japanese, though, Andy.
Huh?
You're not Japanese.
I heard when you grill them, They get a bit tough, the Japanese.
Oh, we're not going to go down that one.
But like I've got an allergy to palm oil, Mike. So and every bastard uses it. So if I get the right kind of restaurant that I would like to go to, I go to 7-Eleven or the CJ's or whatever, and I pick up a bottle of oil and I take it with me. Order the meal and say cook it in that oil. But I like my pet, and I don't like coriander. But apart from that, fine.
I heard about coriander, right? I might not get this right, but bear with me. It's hereditary. There's genes in your body that you either like it or you don't, and it's hereditary. My brother hates coriander. He just can't eat it. I love it. But that's a thing, apparently. Google it. Apparently, it's a thing with coriander. I love coriander. I love Thai food. I love northeastern food. I like the south. I love it all. But I do like Japanese food very much.
You two guys, have you heard that one called Joke? It's minced up. Anyway,
it's a rice porridge, yeah.
Oh, I can't stand that shit.
Oh, I love all that.
It gives me shivers, man. Like really, I'll go hungry.
You put the egg in it and the ginger and the coriander.
Yeah, the ginger, coriander, bit of chili. Yeah, bit of ginger. It's lovely. Yeah.
Give me Scottish porridge oats. I'll eat that just with milk and a pinch of salt.
Oh, yeah, but you got to put butter in it, Mike. You got to put butter in it.
Never heard of the butter, but that sounds amazing.
Put butter in your porridge, and it just totally changes it because that's got the salt in the butter.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, I used to put treacle. I used to put treacle in it.
It really creams it up with a bit of milk. And if you put, simmered warm milk in it, and just a little bit of sugar.
50 milk, 50 water. You can. First thing in the morning, with some bacon and eggs and coffee, some toast and see. I really Western food for me all the way. I'm not a fan of Thai food.
Yeah, okay, Mike. If you're planning, I don't know if you are, but if you were to live over here, you have to overcome this Western food thing. It's great. We like a full English like anybody. I love a full English. No worries. But you have to adapt to the Thai way with food. Otherwise, I don't think you'll survive.
Yeah, it's an issue for me. But luckily, I can cook. So I can cook my... I like the roast chicken. You know the roast chicken you get on the road? I like that depending on what... I like that. I like the morning glory fried rice. Lab. I like lab.
Do you like sticky rice? Do you like sticky rice?
Yeah, I like sticky rice. Yeah. I just don't like fish sauce. And I can't get used to them seasoning stuff with fish sauce instead of salt. We use salt. They use fish sauce.
Yeah, well, the fish sauce
the fish sauce is designed to get rid of the sugar.
Well, it's the sweet sour.
That's another thing. They put too much sugar in it.
It's fucking terrible.
The whole part about it, cooking your own, but within that traditional thing, you leave out the sugar, you put the fish sauce in, you mean you don't need any salt, but fish sauce actually brings out the flavors, and a little bit of chili in there brings out the flavor.
But Mike's not going to adapt. He's not going to adapt to that. I mean, I'm not saying for I'll cook a pork chop and do the chicken stews. I do all that.
Boring.
No, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah. I'd rather have that sausage and mash or half a chicken with some mash and peas and gravy. Just food you can get stuck into.
That's
what do you mean half a chicken? You buy it off people. You buy
mac and cheese, steaks, that kind of stuff. Real food.
It in your face while it's hot, with all the juices running down your chin, and enjoy it. And then get a couple of fucking barbecued rats They're fucking good.
Hamburgers,
Oh no, Mike. No, Mike.
spaghetti
Mike.
bolognese. These are all
Mikey.
real food here. Ham, egg, and
Mikey.
chips.
You are
Mikey.
you are a world traveler. Fuck
Mikey, Mikey. You like the Thai food though? You just said you do. You like somtam?
It has it tastes amazing, but it's like a snack. I don't feel full after it. I like a massive plate of spaghetti bolognese with
You're
a
gonna
big
have to
block of
change
grilled
it, though.
cheese on top of it.
So you don't
No.
like going to a table full of Thai people and like have 5 or 6 dishes in front of you and you take a little bit from everything and you share. You're not into that, right?
No,
You're into
I do. No, I love it. I do. But like for me, it's like an 80-20. 80% has to be, 70% has to be Western food. 30% Thai is okay.
Well,
And
what about
you have to be
Mugatar?
careful.
What about Mugatar, Mike?
Which one?
Mugatar.
That's in
What's
Africa.
that? I don't know that one.
You've never been invited to Mugatar.
Mugata. Oh, the barbecue. Yeah. Barbecue. We've been there. Yeah. I've been there many times. Yeah. I don't know the names. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
That is
okay,
a real.
Okay.
That's a real friends and family. You know, it's because what
All
you're
right,
doing
Johnny.
is you're getting your stuff and you're all cooking it together and enjoying a few beers and a laugh and a joke and shit.
Okay. But
That
Johnny.
is an intimate experience, Mugatar.
Okay, all right. This is a perfect example, right? Let's do Thai barbecue and any kind of Western barbecue. I will take Western barbecue of every single fucking day of the week, man. Hamburgers, big sausages, steaks, chickens. That's the barbecue for me. Not these tiny little bits of meats on skewers and you nibble at it and shit with a bunch of sugar in the marinade. No. Sorry.
You know,
I like Western barbecues.
You'll never live here. You'll never ever live here.
Nah,
you know, like-
come on, man. Why? I like everything else. And ask me something else about Thailand, and I'll tell you, yeah, I love it. The food
yeah,
is just, I'm not a big
just the
fan of
food,
the Thai food.
No, I get that. I know Phalanx that have lived here for 40 years, and if they don't have their bacon and eggs every morning, they're not nice people.
Oh, yeah, bacon and eggs. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you a story about bacon and eggs. When I first met up with, I'll use JG's expression, my lady. I said I'm allergic to palm oil, and anyhow we're up in the village. You know, go up. You know, go up and meet the family type thing. And the next morning, she wanted to prove to me that she was a wife material. She cooked me bacon and eggs. And I think that was about 6 o'clock in the morning. By 11 o'clock, I said to her, "You use palm oil?" And she said, "Oh, yes, I did." But my face started blowing up like a fucking balloon. And I said, "I think I've got to take a little pill and calm me down and have a snooze for a while." Which would say, you know, you didn't listen to what I was fucking saying. But the other part about it, all the rest of the family actually saw that reaction. And everyone in the family, if we go somewhere to order food, they make sure there's no fucking palm oil. But anyhow, so they bacon and eggs.
I know a lot of people living in Thailand, they'll only eat Western food. I mean, if you can afford it, you know. But how you tackle them with the steaks and shit like that, Mike? They're very expensive over here.
Yeah, that is a big issue. That is an issue. Is the meat here? The beef is expensive.
May I say my piece here? If you're going to eat Western food, go to a Western restaurant. Don't go to a Thai restaurant and order Western food. If you go to a Thai restaurant, order Thai food. But I have a little story. When Johnny was a great guest at our house, we ordered pizza. And we found out at the end of the day that it must have been like put on the pan with palm oil. within half an hour of Johnny eating it, his face like turned not good. And I thought it was because he had 50 Leos, but it wasn't. He like really like he went like red and then vomited like an eruption. I took him to a part of our house where I hosed him all down, hosed the patio down and everything. And then he was fine. But he's not joking. He is allergic to palm oil big time. And
Correctly.
I saw it firsthand. And I know. I remember.
That's very weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's the thing. I saw it firsthand. And Johnny was like the perfect gentleman because he tried to put his hand over his mouth. And I was with Trev and I think TT at the time. I don't know whatever.
Yeah,
And,
you're on trip.
yeah, but we all worked it out. And I saw it firsthand. He ain't joking. He is not joking.
No, I believe that those allergies are serious. I used to work with a Michelin star chef, and his daughter had severe allergy. Well, I'll tell you the name is Giorgio Locatelli. You must have heard of him before. He's look him up. Yeah, I worked with him back when he just opened his Locanda Locatelli, and he has a daughter, Dita Locatelli. She's allergic to everything, and one of the things she's allergic to is tomatoes. And her dad's like one of the best Italian chefs in Britain. Yeah. She's allergic to like 30 different like things. She can hardly eat anything. It's terrible for her.
Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that one in.
But they are a fruit. They are a fruit.
Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it? Yeah.
But the thing is, I know what it's like having an allergy, but I prepare myself. And one thing in Thailand, it doesn't matter where you go. If I got a bottle of oil and say I'm allergic to palm oil, which I carry a card on me which tells them in Thai, Burmese, Vietnamese, and fucking whatever, and present a bottle of oil, which is enough to cook French fries if I want French fries, whatever.
What oil do you carry with you?
I normally go for sunflower oil.
Sunflower, yeah. And you actually have to carry like a little bottle with you when you go to a restaurant.
Yeah, I used to carry enough. Like if I feel like French fries or something like that, I'll take a litre bottle in.
Gotcha, yeah. But if you're in Australia, you don't have to do that, do you? Because I mean, they have all the allergy sheets and all that, don't they? They can tell you.
Well, the one, here is a little bit different. And right, if I want fish and chips, I'll only go to one shop because they don't use the same oils that the other ones do, like grapeseed and shit like that. And
that's the standard cheap one everyone uses here in the UK in restaurants.
Yeah, but it fucks the food up because grapeseed is just a total like canola. I don't like that much, but like a sunflower oil or peanuts, it'll actually add flavor.
What about Johnny? What about coconut oil? Johnny? What about coconut oil? Have you tried that?
That's cool.
I don't really like the flavour of coconut oil, Stephen.
Okay.
Really? Do you like the flavour of coconut?
Well, I like to cook with it all the time.
I don't mind coconut juice, but I'll make lamingtons and put coconut on them and eat them, and different shit. A little bit's all right, but I don't particularly like a coconut other than the coconut water.
Yeah. So can you have like coconut curries and that? Do you like the taste of coconut? It's just the oil you don't like.
Oh, I don't like the oil. Coconut milk in stuff. I don't mind a massaman with coconut oil, coconut milk.
Yeah.
And I actually make a kefir out of coconut milk here.
Say that again. What do you make?
A kefir.
Quiche? What is that?
A kefir is like a yogurt. You put a probiotic into coconut milk and just let it go rotten, and fucking the probiotics go through it, and it's like a yogurt.
Oh, cool. But it's with coconut.
Yeah, well, that's coconut, coconut cream and
Coconuts, we like coconuts. Daylight come and they cover them in chocolate.
go home. Yeah. Belafonte. Harry Belafonte sang that song.
I tell you what, we make a lot is dripping. In the old days when I was brought up, dripping was because you get it from the roast lamb on a weekend, and they will do you for butter for the whole
tallow, Andy. Yes,
beef tallow. And we make it here. We get the offcuts from a butcher, like dead cheap, like hardly anything. In fact, he'll give them to us, and then we just fry it, boil it, and all that. And we make dripping. You put that onto mashed potatoes. You put it onto a pork loin or whatever you want to do. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's healthy.
Dripping on toast. That's English dish there.
Oh yeah, dripping on toast. A little
Johnny, you're gonna have lard on toast, lard.
Yeah, lard. That's what it is.
Well, the same thing. Dripping lard.
Aussie pies, chicken parmesan. That's my kind of food, man.
Well, the thing is, lard, before everybody got with the bullshit, lard was used in pastry.
Yes,
we
still is.
We actually buy from the abattoirs core fat, which is the fat from the inside of the body, and we put it in the slow cooker and render it for 24 hours, and it's as clear as buggery. And that's what we use here for cooking.
The taste is, Mike, if you go online and want to order like beef tallow, it's like for a small little jar, it's like 300, 250 baht or whatever. We honestly, it's no money to make it. And we use it all the time on toast. It's lovely. It's lovely.
The technicality of dripping was the Sunday roast, be it chicken, beef, lamb, pork. The dripping actually came off that into the one pot.
That's why it's called dripping.
Yeah, that's right. The dripping is different.
That's the best bit. All that bit in the tray. A big thick crust, a big slice of bread, just crusty bread, just dip it in there, soak up all that.
I like olive oil and balsamic.
In Italian,
I like
tomato sauce.
Mike, I like to dip bread into balsamic and olive oil. Just dip the bread in.
Yeah.
You get a bit of Mediterranean about them, Andy. A little bit of Mediterranean.
But in the Italians, there's a name for that. When you have like a tomato sauce to your pasta, when you're done, there's a bit of sauce on the plate, and you get the bread and you wipe it up. It's called la scarpetta. That's what it's called. La scarpetta. Look it up. You wipe it all up.
I know it. Best thing ever.
Hey, what's there? Hang on. I know it's not etiquette, but what's wrong with picking up the plate of the bowl and giving it a fucking good licking?
No, you got a good sourdough bread, bro, and you just
sourdough,
or whatever.
Actually, a sourdough is a very good bread.
It's one of the healthiest as well, by the way.
I do
Can't get that in Thailand, though.
That's the thing. Like good seasoning, good milk. The milk in Thailand, I love milk, and the milk here is it's watered down, man. It's not like real milk for me. It's like powdered milk.
Actually, it depends on which one you buy and where you go. Go to Macro, you'll get some decent milk.
I'll have a look.
And the other thing is, try and get some breast milk, Mike. That might, fix your fetish.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah, Gotta make another baby for that.
Lactose intolerant. Okay, listen, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for hosting, Mr. Siam. Thanks for being here, as always. And Mike, you know, we've never had any ups and downs really. So you're cool, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Peace and love, man. I'm out of here as well. Thank you.
All right.
Nice to speak to you again, Andy and Clark and Sam.
No worries,
Well, mate,
gentlemen.
no worries.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Oh, well, I'm
Righto,
about to take off too, John. Go on, what are you talking about?
You fucking wet blanket. Now we can talk
Yeah,
about real shit.
Yeah, let's talk about
Righto.
Andy and Stephen.
No, we'll stab them all in the back. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
let's talk about so far your interaction into your potential transfer of residents from Australia to Thailand. How's that going?
I haven't approached that yet, John. I'm concentrating on my license. That'll be next week's job. But it looks like they've all calmed down. I mean, me and Steve Perrin, as you probably know, we went out hunting when we were in Pattaya. Now, to get a visa was something like 80,000 baht, which is baht, I don't know how much that is. And now they've dropped down a hell of a lot. They're hovering around 22,000 now to fix it, do everything for you. Now, they say that if they put the money in the bank for you, it's illegal. It's not illegal. Do you know that? They're lending you the money to put in your bank so that you can show that you have, 800,000 in the bank. They lend you that money. That's what the charge is for.
Whatever the
And the
limit
government
is, yes.
stipulated, whatever the government stipulated, that's not illegal. So they're suggesting everybody use an agent. But the agents jumped on the bandwagon when the accounts were frozen, and they weren't really frozen. All you had to do was go and show your passport and shit. It was over the cross-border casinos and shit. That's all it was all over, and pressure from outside of Thailand to do something about it. But anyway, that's the situation at the moment. All the prices have come down, and But I suggest anybody that what's that visa called? O visa before you arrive here. Get that, and you won't have a fucking problem. You can come here and open up a bank account, and then you can pay for your your retirement visa and everything, and everything runs smoothly. If you haven't got that 90-day visa, good luck with that.
Well,
when I came over here, when I came over here, they changed the rules. So it was only within a week I decided to come over and do everything. Within that week, they changed all the rules. So I arrived in Pattaya with, Jesus, 80,000 for that. You've got to be kidding.
I remember one time I was, I don't remember what country I was getting to, and I'd crossed my I's and dotted my T's, the whole fucking lot of it. I had all the fucking paperwork, everything from their fucking embassies, and whilst I was on the aeroplane, they changed everything, and I got to the fucking country, and I was like a fucking criminal. Yeah, and I'm normally quite humble and respectful. I just fucking exploded, and I said, "Get fucked! I've paid for this. Here it is from your fucking embassy. Get fucked, you cunts." That went down like a lead balloon, but I still walked through the fucking gates and said, "Well, get fucked. You've charged me for something, and while there's fucking planes in the air, you want to change something, and I get stuff." I've had me travel experiences, boo-hoos, you might say, but as far as Thailand, it's the political system, which I believe is going to change, and that will be for the better. G'day, Jurgen. How you going, mate?
Right here, man. Jurgen.
That's a good thing that's going to change, and let's hope they move forward and be a little bit more charismatic. Is that the right word? Charismatic?
Well, yeah, you can use that if you like, but John, something has to change in Thailand as far as pensions and visas and shit. They need to have one rule. One rule covers a whole lot of it. But then you go to one border crossing, and they just say that's one trip, that's it. Go to another border crossing, they go, that's 2 trips you got, and it's all different. Everything is different. I mean, every border crossing they're never the same.
Well, exactly right, because not everybody gets the fucking email or
Memo.
didn't you get the email on the same day? And the other thing is, if you show them paperwork that kind of makes them lose face, you kind of say, well, I was under the belief of this. You know, you don't hold it up and say, you're a fucking idiot. This is that. You'll never get in, and dickheads do it. We've seen plenty of videos of that. You can come on the panel if you want, Jürgen. Just hit the fucking link. You know, the whole part about it, being humble and showing the officials respect that half of them don't fucking deserve, gets you a long way.
Yeah.
The real, you know, that's the real part of it. That's life in general in a lot of countries.
Look, the whole thing, John. I mean, you got this elite visa. I think you pay $1 million baht or something like that, and gives you a 10-year visa. I mean, you know, why would you do that? Why don't you look after the people who are coming across with the money? I mean, for fuck's sake. Now, you know, if I come across here, I bring out. You know, I can bring the money across to put in the bank. I just don't want to put it in a bank account in Thailand because you're not allowed to put it on fixed deposit or anything. You're not allowed to get any interest on it, and shit like it's got to sit there like a stale bottle of piss. And I'm not going to do that. I also pass the weekly, the monthly wage thing. I pass all that. But why the fucking hell? Why do they make these things? Why do they do that sort of thing? You know, they're looking at a situation where you've got to have 800,000 in the bank in case you have an accident, and they can send you back. I mean, well, okay. Why don't you do the visas and charge? Say you have to have a insurance, right? That'll cover you and bring you back home to your country if you have an accident, and cover all your medical costs. Why can't they do that? You know, charge 50 grand for a yearly visa or something like that, and make sure to cover all, or probably more than that actually, and cover all your medical expenses, and let people come in and let people bring money into Thailand. And that's the operative word. They are losing so much fucking money, John, over this bullshit with fucking visas. They're losing literally fucking millions and millions of fucking baht because of some stupid rule.
Well, the one thing about it, let's hope we get some, but in a way, in honesty, the amount of people that have abused the system. Now, the latest one was that Pommy cunt that I hurt myself and you know, was too fucking dumb.
Talking about
Sean,
that broke his foot, okay, and then bragged about how he's not going to pay him, and he bragged when he went through the airport. Well, it didn't do any of us any good, did it? Okay, so that's one bad point. But you know, you look at 100 fucking incidents, maybe one's a bad one. Okay, so do we all have to suffer for that? You know, they've got the cross-border bank accounts and shit like that. I mean, honestly, the guy's going for a pension, and you know how much they know how much you're getting in your pension. Why would you want to freeze their accounts? I mean, I don't really get it.
Yeah. The whole part about it is the knee-jerk reaction to stuff, and I don't blame Thailand for asking for a few requirements, and I will kind of put my neck out on the fucking chopping block and say people should be get a visa to go in there, not visa on fucking, on arrival. To say, well, either you're the right kind of person, or you've got some finances, instead of saying all these pommy fucking experts that, I fell off me fucking motorbike, or a Canadian cunt that ripped his cock off, or whatever, all this shit that we see on fucking YouTube. Go help me out. Fuck me dead. It's been happening in fucking Bali for 30 fucking years. I don't blame the country for saying, you get the correct visa to prove that you've got the money in a fucking bank to cover your fuck-ups, idiot. Otherwise, you don't come in. I'm fucking for that.
Well, I would do things, but no, I'm not for it at all. They should make mandatory insurance for anybody that wants to retire in Thailand.
Well, but the whole part about insurance or whatever, but even a fucking tourist, if you want to come into the country,
I don't think that'll work very well.
Pay you $20 and here's the insurance policy that's going to be fucking whatever.
Well, that'd be about that's about 500 baht. Yeah, that'd probably work. Yeah, that'd be okay. That's insurance. They could put that on the documents. When you come in, 500 baht for insurance. If you hurt yourself, you're totally covered. But then you get to a situation. Why should we insure ourselves on the other end of the scale? When they buy the tickets. But Thailand, you have to get your own insurance. So it'll all come back and blow up in their faces, I guess. But that's a fucking good idea. Yeah, you pay. The tourist goes for a month, so they pay 1,000 baht for insurance. Not all of them are going to break their fucking necks and kill themselves and shit like that, and break legs off and shit. So there's going to be a lot of money left over, and that solves that problem.
But the insurance only gives them, the normal everyday Thai hospital. They're not going to be in the penthouse suite at the Bangkok hospital. Fuck that. You get an operation on the streetcar.
It's just an idea, but the things can be changed around. Oh dear. Okay.
But the settle down, South.
Yeah, go on, mate. I was reading that. Yeah.
But
right.
But the whole part about it is, I honestly think, I remember the first time I was traveling, virtually every country you had to get a visa to, and you like applied through the embassies and shit like that, and sent them off your passport. And they put the sticker in the fucking thing. But you had to verify to them that you had the money in the bank for the, for you.
Well, John, a lot of countries will do that. That you've got to have money in the bank to go to that country on a holiday. You have to have it. I think America, Australia, you have to have it. I don't know how much you got to have. I can't remember now. I think it's minimum of 10,000 or something. I can't remember what I think. And I guess England's the same, and I don't know. Yeah. So doing it that way, and the Thais, but they want this ridiculous amount of money, 800,000 baht in a bank account for a single person to retire.
That's your top end elite visa. But see, that's, to me, offering that, it's a corporate company in line with the TOT, the tourist TAT, not TOT, TAT, the Tourist Authority of Thailand. In other words, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. In other words, just pay me fucking money and come on down. I disagree.
That's right.
I fucking disagree. To me, that's bullshit. One person standing in front of you, if they've got $1 million in their fucking pocket, or they've got $5,000, providing they pay their insurances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One One might live in the Hilton. The other one might live in a hovel. Doesn't matter.
You can get all you do is you get top tier health insurance, and it's up to you. If you're staying for 2 weeks in my country, go get yourself an insurance, and you don't have to put the ridiculous amount of money in the bank. If you're going to retire here, you must get insurance, right? And then take it down. You've got to have a minimum of 100,000 in the bank, which is totally fine. Yeah, it's reasonable. But fucking 800,000. I mean, fuck me.
You know, I suppose I think that's in excess. Good band,
Yes,
by the way, in excess. I liked in excess.
They're Australian. Yeah.
But of course they were Australian.
That's one, right?
They went along like the flock of seagulls. But at the end of the day, I believe personally, depending on what kind of visa you want, I can understand a country wanting to make sure that you're not going to be a liability, like every cunt coming into Australia and England and rah. I can understand that, and I can understand them protecting their borders to a certain extent, definitely. But the thing is, if you want to go there, the rules are the rules. So,
well, yes, that's right. Yeah. But what I'm discussing here, John, I think you are too, is sometimes the rules are a bit strange. But hey, if they want the money in the bank, they'll get it. But I don't really need to do that because of the wage I'm on. But I do you like putting that amount of money in a bank account? I don't think you do either. So anyway,
well, when I make the move, which is, I can't pinpoint a date. We've got to liquidate. But it will be happening next year. And the whole part about it, so my situation is slightly different to yours. Well, actually very different.
Yeah, of course.
And this is what I mean. My stuff I've got to do is different. But I can understand a country saying, "Oh, well, come on down. Spend your money and all the rest of it," but we want to make sure that what's kind of locked in, if everything fucks up, you've still got the money there to fuck off back to where you come from.
Yeah.
And not
look, the minimum monthly wage here is
that part of it.
You have to have, right?
Now,
what the fucking hell are you gonna? You're a single man. You live here and you're retired. What the fucking hell are you going to do with 64 grand a month? What the fuck can you do? I mean, listen, mate, you can get a really decent house, right? 3-bedroom house, fucking new, 2 bathrooms for fucking 7,000, 6,000, 8,000 baht a month. So what are you going to do with the rest of the fucking money?
Hookers and beer. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
I'm married, so that don't happen anymore.
I reckon 30 or 40 would do you quite well. Probably even 30 if you fucking watch what you're spending. I mean, if you're going to come over and try and live like a fucking millionaire, your money ain't going to last you very fucking long.
Well,
if you come over and live normal and not like a fucking a dead shit, and get yourself a nice little place and get yourself a car if it's possible, and life can be better. But you don't need fucking 65 fucking grand to live here. It's fucking ridiculous.
Like the one thing about it is I can understand the government, mate, saying got to make sure the people are self-supporting that come here and not going to be a burden, But then again, there's plenty of fucking beggars and God knows what everywhere else. And that brings me back to the old story that I've told 100 times, and you know that one. when I was waiting for the 7-Eleven to, open up the counter for fucking beer, I was sitting under one of the flyover, the pedestrian walkovers. I took my hat off because it was a bit hot and put it on the fucking ground, and a Thai lady come along and threw some change in it. And I thought, no, I wouldn't give it back.
It might have been
running away.
Might have been the monkey having the leash. It might have been the monkey having the leash.
Oh, no. Well, that monkey was, out of its cage.
Getting health insurance in Thailand is the way out of it for everybody. It'll put a smile on everybody's face. And people start look. The tourist industry is down in Thailand. It's down all over the world, I guess. I don't know. But you've got Vietnam opening up, and Cambodia was opening up. I don't know what's about now. And you got up there in Laos, and you got Malaysia, and they're all just cruising into them countries with no fucking problem. The Philippines, it's easy to stay there.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. And I spent 12 years in the Philippines. And I used to come home from my work season here, go back and run a building, not a large building company, but a building company over in the Philippines. Basically, I wouldn't go back to the fucking Philippines if you paid me, because it's a shithole.
Yeah, I know.
And the whole part. Look, some of the Filipinos, some of them are lovely people, but really, the country's full of fucking beggars, wankers, and all those fucking vloggers from the USA, the big mouth cunts. How wonderful! What a pack of fucking lying wankers. And but don't forget, we've got Thailand with all of the black Americans and the fucking young pommy cunts, fucking wankers. They should be charged for fucking lying. They are fucking full of shit. Now, what they want to do before they turn the camera on and open their mouth is they want to actually do some real research and know what's going on. But everybody's a fucking hero because social media.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was so like, look, I suppose a lot of us have been on the fucking internet when it was the days of black and white. But the real part about it is, some cunt that's 21 years old going, oh, look at this, I found this wonderful fucking deal. Get fucked, you're an idiot.
The way it is at the moment, John, I look, people ask me, when are you going to do movies? When are you going to get back into it? When are you going to do it? I don't want to do it anymore. I've got no intentions of doing any videos. I've seen what's happened and the way it's turned, and it's just disgusting. Everybody coming in now has got 10,000 subscribers, and half of them have got 500,000 subscribers, and they sit there and they talk shit, and they use all these special effects. The one that annoys me the most is the cutting. They cut into things. They cut their conversation up and get out any dead air in it. It just sounds fucking ridiculous. And they putting the cameras down, and the old start the car with the key one, and then there's the making the coffee one, and just fucking seen it so many fucking times. And when I was doing it, John, there was only probably 5 or 6 people doing it. And now look, there's fucking thousands and thousands of them. It's fucking ridiculous.
I used to,
and
like I say,
shit.
As you know, I never edited nothing. Anything I put up was as it fucking happened, bang. And the whole part about it is, we've got to make it like a fucking a Hollywood production and all that kind of shit. Yeah, you can do that and all the rest if you want to waste your time.
John, it's easy to do. You've seen some of the stuff we did on what was it called? What's Up Thailand? It was amazing. Some of the shit that was coming out. Me and Steve were doing, but it wasn't fun to do. And virtually now you can go to AI, and you can tell them what sort of movie you want, and it'll make the fucking movie for you, write the script for you. So you've got no participation in it at all, and then you chuck it on YouTube. And that's the way it is at the moment. And you got so many videos out there with AI, and no one's behind. It's a computer you're watching, and it's just fucking ridiculous now. Just absolutely ridiculous. And some of those fucking shitheads out there, they're fuck me dead.
Oh,
Fucking
I
was walking around patio. I spotted a few of these new vloggers and stuff like that. And I seen them. I didn't bother in fucking saying hello to them, but someone was spotting me.
Did you get a big stick and smack him in the fucking back of the head?
One of them, I think I told you about the little runt that walked past, looked right at me, and I just chucked the heads and no. Don't come over here.
Well, the whole part about it is that's a good rule that I like, and it's come right in. If the cunt's walking past and he turns the camera to you, say, "Hey, I don't want to be on your fucking shit, mate. Fuck off."
No, see, that's the thing. You have your rights. You got no fucking rights in Thailand. If you film a Thai person, you have to have their permission. Yeah, you have to have their permission to use their image on YouTube. Do you know that? You can be fined and you can go to jail for it. And a lot of these fucking idiots don't understand that, and they don't realise what's going on. But you can sit around, you can flash your camera around and try to find the dirty parts of Thailand and run the country down and shit like that, and there's no ramifications from it. Well, there is.
Look, in honesty, if somebody puts up there was a bit of a rush, as you know. There was a bit of a rush there. About 6 months ago? Oh, everybody's leaving Thailand because of the changes or whatever. Well, if they didn't come up to the rules and regulations and they were dodgy, well, fuck off. I respect a country. The underlying thing is the political motivation, and you've got obviously different parties, and some of the old parasites are fucking, dropping off the fucking perch. But the whole part about it, every country is changing, and so is Thailand. The one thing is, they like the money flowing through the cash registers and all the rest of it, but they don't like the foreigners. Okay, they tell the foreigners to fuck off. What are they going to do with all the half-bred kids? Is the government going to fucking look after them? Because they've told somebody, "Oh, you can't fucking be here anymore because you're too fucking baht short of what you're supposed to do in the fucking bank because you paid the hospital bill for your kid at the hospital." That's what it got to at one stage.
There's a situation where you've got 100 people and one of them has a bad experience with a Thai woman. And, that's headlines. But do they show the other 99 that are having a fantastic time and met the girl of their dreams? No, they don't. They just want to show that one. And this affects the whole of Thailand. Thailand's no good. Thailand's a beautiful country. It's a wonderful country. I mean, it's what you want to make it. So what, do you want to make it like Australia, or do you want to make it like Thailand? Why did we leave Australia? Because we don't like Australia anymore. Not just like Australia. We don't want to live there anymore, whatever reason. But why bring your fucking dirty habits over to fucking Thailand with your, my right to film and my right to do that? You ain't got no fucking rights in Thailand.
That's right.
You're a visitor.
Nice comment, Mike. Nice comment. Thanks for your support, Mike. Thanks for your support. Go fuck yourself, you cunt. You always put your foot in your fucking Mike. You always put your foot in your fucking mouth, you fucking knucklehead, dumbass cunt. Don't expect to ever come back to my channel again. Fuck you.
Okay.
You're on the fucking ban list, Mike. You're fucking gone.
You're right, Mike. Anyway, but it's a lovely country.
I just hit the fucking button. You're fucking gone, Mike. You're banned.
Okay.
Right, yeah. What do you reckon? What do you want? You want to go to bed, or you fucking want to have a wank, or what?
No, I think I'll call it a night, mate.
All right.
Does JJ want to come on and talk to Johnny? Johnny, does JJ want to come on and say hello to Johnny? You could take me spot.
Well,
JJ.
Up to you, Jurgen. I'm going to go and grab a beer. If you want to come on,
Jürgen, come on, and I'm going to piss off, Jürgen. Come on.
if you don't, that's fine. We'll just shut it down.
Come on, Jürgen. Answer the question, please. Good, he's good. Okay, fair enough. All right. Shut it out, John. I'm going to fuck off. He's not coming. All right, mate. I shall see you later. You're going to go and have a smoke and a beer and see if anybody comes on? I think he's already done that. I'll piss off, mate. Stay on for a while, see if Jorgen wants to come on.
Well, you know, if you're going, or Jurgen can't at the moment, so that's all right. We'd like to thank everybody for coming along tonight, sincerely, except for fucking Mike. But at the end of the day, a fairly successful stream. We thank you for the support, and you know, we'll catch us later on. Good night.
All right, see you all later. Right, you want to end it? Push the end button, the go button, or whatever it is, the end.